This ain't your mama's racing stream.
This is VRN, your trusted leader in e-motorsports.
All right, welcome back, Vigilante Nation. The afternoon sun is blazing over Coronado, California, and the pressure is peaking as we arrive for the penultimate round of the VRL Premiere Series and the next critical chapter in the chase for the VRL Cup and the Contender Championship. This is the Vigilante Racing Network coming to you live from the Coastal Speed Playground of Qualcomm Circuit, a fast, flowing, deceptively punishing road course where rhythm is everything and mistakes echo for miles. Today's battlefield demands precision, high-speed sweepers that tempt you to overcommit, brutal braking zones that reward fearlessness, tight technical turns where patience is a weapon and the walls are always closer than you think. This work doesn't just test speed, it's going to test discipline, adaptability, and nerve. And with only 2 races left, every lap carries weight. The top 10 continue to march through their chase for the VRL Cup, while the rest of the field fights tooth and nail for every point in the Contender Championship, where consistency and grit can rewrite the season. 2 races remain, 2 championships hanging in the balance, 1 afternoon to change everything. So settle in, Vigilante Nation. The California sun is shining bright over Coronado, and every challenger is about to find out whether they can master the streets and seize their moment. My name is Alan Vaught, and I'm joined tonight by special guest Albert Anderson, America's driver, not on the track tonight. Good evening, Mr. Anderson.
Hey, Alan, how you doing, buddy? Thank you for having me.
Yeah, man, it's great to have you in the booth here. I'm wondering, since you're not on the track, do we expect Anderson Nation to be in the chat?
I believe so. I think there's going to be some that are going to pop in tonight for sure. Everybody wants to see what's going to happen tonight. Naval Air Base Coronado is a tricky track. It's got a lot of bumps, a lot of ups, a lot of downs, tight turns. It's going to be action-packed from start to finish, and I can't wait until they get going.
Oh, I agree with you there. It's going to be exciting, I believe. I do see your daughter in the chat. Cat Maddie out there saying she's here for sure. So that's great. Welcome, Maddie. So, hey, as always, we want to thank our matriarch, my beautiful and talented wife, Lori, for taking care of all the business for this league, being in the tower and keeping these drivers on the straight and narrow, which both me and Albert can attest to, although we've never actually been in trouble, Albert, that I know of.
Oh, well, I've been in a lot of trouble. Well, first, let me say hi to Lori and hi to my beautiful daughter, Madison, that's joining us tonight. But, yeah, there's been a time or two where I've been a bad boy, and Lori may have had to give me a penalty or suspend me for a race. And well-deserved, by the way. She holds it all down for us and keeps us all in line.
Yeah, for sure. So I mentioned the chat, and we also want to invite everyone out there to join us in the conversation. In that live chat tonight, we will feature comments, select comments, on the air, provided they are safe for work and reflect the level of sportsmanship and community that we've come to expect from all of you. So with that, hey, let's dive into the details as they're making their pace lap, getting ready to start this race. Let's see if I can get this in here momentarily. All right, folks, 45 laps, 153 virtual miles. They only have 80% fuel, unlimited tires tonight, a 33-6 incident limit, and cautions are not going to be full. It's just going to be local. However, at lap 23, there is 1 comp caution in the middle that Lori throws. So halfway through the race, we will have 1 caution. Your championship leaders right now, you got Jacob Alicia, 2,202. Chris Goins there, close by in second, 6 points back, 2,196. Tim Pope, 2,173. Mike Adamson, 2,132. And new to the 5th place, Andy Player, 2,128. And we did get that in, so let's go ahead and shift over as you see them finishing up the second half of the pace lap here. And just to let everybody see, let's take a look real quick since I'm on the main. It's probably not the right one there that I'm looking for. But I also have thought I did at least. I'll find it eventually. A graphic there, Albert, that shows all of our contenders for the chase. In the left-hand column there, everybody in red is in it for the chase. And then Dylan Bryant is our current leader in the championship for the contender.
Maybe he's just too far back and can't hear me.
You know, it's no big surprise to see these names that have qualified up front here. Osborne, Alicia, Eden, Goodenough, Adamson, Goins, Dixon. Bryant. You know, all of these guys are really good at road courses, not just road courses, but at every track you go to. Rincon players all up here, all in the top 10. So, you know, Dylan Bryant, I expect to see him win that Contenders Cup, you know, at the end of the season. And Jacob Alicia and Gones, it looks like it's going to come down to them two at the end of the season for the championship. So that's guaranteed to be a good one.
Yeah, folks, so you see there, we have 22 drivers on the track tonight. Jonathan Osborne has the pole, Jacob Alicia second, Craig Goodenough third, Dustin Eaton fourth, and we are green. We're getting right into this tonight, folks. As you see right now, Jonathan Osborne does have the advantage going into turn one, and that's a tricky turn. Don't know if you had a chance to turn in your laps there over the course of the week, but I did, and man, talk about treacherous. 81 takes over the top spot there at the moment with Alicia and Chase. Go ahead.
Yeah, this track is just really, really tough. These guys are going to have a lot of patience, especially early on, to get through the first couple of laps. Going to have to wait until they get some heat in the tires and stop sliding around. Also want to say hi to Dale Adamson in the chat, rooting his father on. Welcome, Dale.
Yeah, good to see you out there, Dale. Pulling for the 88 machine. Take a look in just a moment to see where your favorite driver may be running, but let's we're watching this first lap with Jonathan Osborne leading the way. You know, this track is a 3.4 mile circuit here at the Navy's Air Base in Coronado here in California. Beautiful scenic areas. You can see right by we're in the bay, right by the bay right there. But have nothing else. This is the home of naval aviation, man, and they have carriers that are docked out of this place. A lot of firepower and national pride goes into this particular facility, and of course, they are always ready to defend the nation.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's a beautiful, beautiful air base. I've never been there. I've seen lots of pictures of it. You know, when you talk about American pride and American strength, you know, you're always going to think about bases like this, amongst many others that are always ready to defend our nation at a moment's notice. And we wouldn't be free without them. So thank everybody, you know, here and everywhere else and abroad for their service.
Yeah, I was just watching there, third place, and I echo all those sentiments. You saw Craig Goodenough go for the spot there on second. Didn't make it, and look, he falls under attack by the 14 of Dustin Eaton, who takes away that third position as we watch him pulling out of that last chicane, coming around the bend to the start-finish line. Let's ride on board here for a lap on the root cam of Dustin Eaton to show you this course. So as we go run down through here, this is turn one. It's a deceptively high speed. You can over speed through there and end up in that left-hand wall there you saw. And this is a 90-degree turn, the first of two in a row. Here for turn two. And into the braking zone for the second 90-degree turn. You had this huge dip right there in the middle of a very hard braking zone. They come out here, and you got like a sweeper to the right. That you kind of just modulate your throttle through here, try to maintain as much speed. Go across the crane tracks there. That's right, crane tracks, because they load ships over there on the right-hand side. That is really hard to get across with speed and predictability, because sometimes it might spin a tire. But that's a left-hand sweep you just saw there. That is a very deceptive corner. First few times I went through there, Albert, I just ran right in that outside wall. But now we're coming down to this, what I call the Red Bull area. You see all the signage? Going to be a right-left switchback into, watch how tight this gets, folks. You could probably get two trucks, but I don't know if I'd want to right through there. They're going to come, now they're going to be on the tarmac. When I say that, they're going to be on the airfield where they park aircraft, do maintenance on aircraft. It's a left-hand turn there right into another right-hand. Ooh, got super close there. This is really slick compared to the asphalt throughout the rest of the lap. They're going to come down to a pretty hard braking zone here and a blind chicane. When I say blind, you can't see it till you're already turning into it, so you better get your speed and rhythm right. And that comes into a second blind, even slower. Be careful getting out of there. As you see, 14's making inroads on passing the 31 of Alicia. Now they're going to kind of sweep through this one. It's a little bit higher speed through this turn into a right-hand turn. And they got to stay to the right-hand side of those tire bundle right there, which you almost couldn't see. Man, 31's really, really messing up his rear tires. Now, this is the final chicane. going to be a double chicane or a double turn. 1, 2, I guess maybe really 3 if you want it. 4 total if you want to talk about it. Coming out of that, watch out for these tire. There's a bundle. There's a yellow barriers to the right because they'll grab your truck. And here's the start finish line, and that's a complete lap here around this 3.4 a mile circuit. Outer.
That is really, really something else. I'm going to say hi to Lori there in the chat. Hello, Lori. You know, one thing I was really looking at is the transition from asphalt to concrete. You're talking about 2 totally different racing surfaces. Not only that, but you have a combination of old asphalt versus new asphalt. So you're going from some grip to no grip to more grip. That's going to be really, really tough for the drivers to manage, you know, especially as the tires get older.
Yeah, for sure. So we got, unfortunately, I think we have some carnage towards the back here. On lap 1, I got some indications Dave Mayberry and others may have crashed. So let's go back and take a look at that so we can let the audience see maybe one of their favorite drivers were involved in this. Starting with Dave Mayberry, lap 1. Over the shoulder here. This is Dave running a Navy truck tonight? Looks like he is.
40 ride.
Yeah, I like that. That's good looking. Let's see. Maybe it's just a... He's dropping to the back here. Maybe it's going so slow it thought he was an accident here. That's what this must be. So I'm going to move on to the next one. Scott Milner jumped to the pits. Don't know what happened to him there. Something may have happened. Here's Kevin Hunt. This looks like everybody's... This is on the pace lap. So I'm going to skip over lap 1 because this might just be a product of the pace lap. Let's go to lap 2. Greg Dobson may have had an issue. Indicating here that he crashed. And so you got to forgive this a little bit, folks. The normal system, yeah, he did. He did crash, actually, just very lightly, though. Go to John Shanebacher, same lap.
You know, it looks like Greg
go ahead.
Overshot that turn a little bit and hit into the tire barrier there. Very easy to do here. Just
Same
like
thing.
Shanebacher here, yeah.
Yep. And you got Scott. Jesse Redding. And the outside wall I was telling you about. Looks like he's probably sliding there. Let's see if he overshoots turn 2. Oh, yeah, he does. That's what the incident was. It's going to see a lot that tonight, probably. Oh, Craig Goodenough had an issue. Let's see. Lap 3. And Craig started, he still is in 3rd, looks like. Oh, him and the 31 get together.
Alista, yeah.
He's able to hang on to it. Oh. Ooh, don't know. What do you think, Albert?
Yeah, you know, coming from someone that has been suspended for taking people out, if somebody, maybe roughs you up unintentionally, because, it certainly doesn't look like Lisa did it intentionally, but, when you get roughed up and it's in the heat of battle, sometimes you may come back and give the guy a little bump, or it just may have been totally unintentional. It's a really tight turn there. So in Goodenough's defense, he's back on the gas trying to make that turn as well. So who knows what happened there, but them two got together, and I'm sure maybe some feathers were ruffled there.
Yeah, that's for Lori to figure out, man. I'm just a broadcaster here.
Exactly. Exactly. I being in the booth, you definitely don't want to pass judgment on anything or anybody. You just kind of call it as you see it.
Yeah.
Because you don't know what happened. But, yeah, it looked like Alicia was unintentional and Goodenough was unintentional. I've raced a lot with Goodenough. I know he's not a guy that's going to intentionally take someone out. That's for sure.
So we're watching the battle for the lead here. Jonathan Osborne has had it since the drop of the green flag for the last 4 laps, but Dustin Eaton, who has been super fast here this past week in practice, is right there knocking on his back tailgate.
Yeah, I mean, Osborne is putting on a show here tonight. Hopefully he's playing the long game. He can manage his tires. With a road course racer like Dustin Eaton literally right on his back bumper, Osborne is under a lot of pressure. And sometimes in some of these cases, you might want to give that lead up so you can sit back a little bit and let your tires cool down. It's really hard to do as a racer. But Eaton is going to put an enormous amount of pressure on Osborne. He's just going to wait for him to make a mistake and try to capitalize on it.
No, yeah, for sure. I mean, Dustin knows he has the speed. He doesn't have to rush things here. He can take his time and maybe wait for potentially a mistake or certainly the right opportunity to get around the 81 if necessary. And the 81 really doesn't need to panic if he gets around him here. There's definitely going to be at least one comp, well, only one comp caution. So it's an opportunity for him to maybe take what he learned in the first stint. You know, hey, maybe I used my tires a bit too much at the beginning of this or what have you, and apply that for the second half of the race and maybe come home on top.
Yeah, absolutely. And Osborne's a good road course racer. You know, he's smart enough to know, you know, he has to manage his truck and manage his tires. And Dustin Eaton's the same way. So I wouldn't expect them to do anything too crazy right now. Eaton's probably going to follow the leader. Oh, maybe I spoke too soon.
No.
Oh, no.
I know they didn't intend for that. Leader goes around slightly and regressing. The 14 regresses, kind of like what we saw in real life on Sunday in the NASCAR race when I can't remember his name right now, from 2311 got into his teammate. Didn't take the spot. He you know,
Wallace, one other maybe.
Kevin, I'm hurt.
It wasn't Wallace. I'm trying to think of his name. I'm spacing it right now. But then you had Corey Heim was the other driver. The driver got into Corey Heim, but didn't pass him because he knew, hey man, I'm a little bit at fault there. I don't want to take the spot that way. And that's what we saw from the 14 just now.
Yeah, it looks like Dustin got into Osborne there a bit and then checked up and gave Osborne the spot back. I'm sure Dustin feels bad about that. Dustin's a stand-up guy. He's never going to take anybody out intentionally, that I've seen anyway, because I've raced around these guys a lot for hundreds and hundreds of laps. And both of these drivers are stand-up guys.
We're riding on the in the cockpit camera here of Dustin Eaton. I did notice on the left-hand rear side of that U.S. Navy truck, there is a bit of damage. Don't know how badly that's going to affect Osborne as far as his handling is concerned. You know, handling, you know, you don't have to have perfect handling at a road course, but if it affects him as far as stabilization in the braking zones there, Albert, that could be problematic.
Yeah, oh yeah, it kind of reminds me of one of the greatest all-time road racers of all time, Marcus Ambrose. I used to see him driving just pour up race cars on the road course and still be extremely dominant. So a track that's not aero dependent like a road course race is typically, you can still have a fast car or fast truck with the fenders being off of it.
Yeah, for sure. So we're going to take a run through the field here, folks, and let you know where your favorite driver is running. 6 laps into this event. Oh, no, 81 gets into the wall there, misjudges the corner. There was no contact between those two, so that was Jonathan. And Dustin takes advantage and go ahead. He takes the top spot here. So let's put this on the screen. There's your leader, Dustin Eaton. I'm also going to show you the onboard cameras as we go back through the field that I have tonight. And let me mention those real quick. I have onboards for Scott Roney in the 023, the 085 of Dobson, the 31 of Jacob Alicia, the 13 of Andy Player, and Kyle Vaught, the 16. So as we get through there, we'll show those. So here we go. First place, Dustin Eaton, Temple, Texas. Jonathan Osborne, Woodbury, New Jersey, showing a lot of promise here tonight and being one of the faster drivers. Maybe have a chance to take an upset win here over the 14. Third place, Craig Good Enough. He's making these guys had a little bit of trouble that allowed him to close up here. Albert, he was a good bit back abaft of these guys, but now he's pretty much, he can see them in striking distance.
I tell you, Good Enough is going to be there at the end. With the road course, I expect him and Jones both to be there at the end. Both are very patient drivers, and they race with the big picture in mind. So I wouldn't be surprised to see both of those guys all the way at the front at the end of this thing.
So I need to go forward here a bit because Lori reminded me we need to take a look. We have special paints on these trucks tonight. Lori asked and the field responded with providing patriotic special paints just for this event. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move over here just a little bit and see if I can get you guys a better angle. This is not the right one. I'm going to have to change a different camera for you here, folks. Pardon me as I move this around. But in the end, we get a better look at these trucks. So here we go. Dustin Eaton's number 14. Oh, this is the problem with this particular camera view on the road courses. It's going to probably go out from time to time with the wall in the way. But anyway, that's a good look at the 14 here. Continue to the field. Here's the Honestly, it's not going to let me do it, is it? See if I can do something here. It's not going to work. All right, folks. Do something different. Get a little closer. The regular camera.
Greg, am I holding you up?
There's a lot of very patriotic paint schemes in the race tonight. You know, Alan, I also want to mention that my daughter has a giant Navy anchor tattooed across her entire back.
Does she?
Yeah, celebrating the Navy. So thank you to her for that.
Here we go, folks. You have to pardon the you got to pardon some of this right here, but this is the only way I'm gonna be able to get you these visuals of the truck.
That's a good looking ride.
There you go. I try to angle it so you can see the truck decently, but maybe reduce the amount of times we just kind of go through the wall there. So there's the first place, man. And one thing about Dustin, it's kind of good little piece of the wall. That contrary to my driving style, for instance, is he's able to just slide his tires. You see the 81 going around him here, potentially, and still be fast. Whereas I just, man, I got to focus on being smooth. You get a good look at that 81 machine there, and thanks to Osborne, he decided to give me a shout out there with his windshield banner. I am in the Navy. Love Coronado. Lori and I were stationed out there for years, and I appreciate the recognition there, Mr. Osborne. You're the man.
Yep, that is really, really cool. Osborne is a stand-up guy. Thank you for that.
Yeah. All right, now we're going back to Gomes running a Navy car as well, Navy truck. Races with us out of Charlotte, North Carolina. And not looking great on that Ram front end there. A little bit dented in as I move to the side of the way. You can see that might affect him a bit. Hopefully he can get that fixed during the comp caution. He's in the third position, so he's pretty fast. And here's another Navy Forged by the Sea machine by Mike Adams out of Sanford, Florida. That 88 is up 2 spots right now. Oh, losing Jacob Alicia. He's in his normal double mint big red gum machine number 31. He's also your championship leader coming into this race. 6 points in front of Chris Gomes, but Chris is up 2 points on him at the moment, running in third. Here's a Marconi setup shop, however, themed, which is pretty cool, to the Navy. Blue and gold colors. Nets on the side there. Love it. Here's Dylan O'Brien with the Iceman. And if anybody is a child of the 80s, which me and Albert are, you know what Iceman is from the original Top Gun. Oh, that's a pretty cool looking truck.
Classic movie. Iceman, Goose, all of those guys. Love that truck.
I actually heard one of the people on the broadcast this weekend in real life NASCAR. It might have been it was on the Morning Drive show on Sirius XM. Said they'd never seen the movie, man. I couldn't believe that. Older guy too. It was one of the primary announcers on the Morning Drive. I forget which one. We jump back here. Jack Dixon, one of 2 Canadian drivers in the field tonight. Jack and Greg Dobson. Oh, it's got Chevy's beat up a good bit there, man.
Oh yeah, he's got some damage there. I've noticed several trucks have a lot of damage on them tonight, which is not surprising with this close course like this.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, this is one of those courses you race the course, but sometimes you got somebody around you. Let's take a look here. Next up is the Goodweiser machine of George Rincon running his normal coast butt. Let's take a look here. I can move this and it'll move back. Let's take a look here. Navy 250th, Naval Base Coronado. I do like that. Vigilante Racing League. That's a cool looking logo. Giving us a shout out.
Awesome. Yep, that is really, really cool.
Yeah, I dig it.
Which, you know, not surprising. George Rincon really has some awesome paint schemes. He's running that classic Goodweiser paint that he always runs. And I love it. I think his paint scheme is amazing.
Yeah, I know. I agree with you here. Let's see if I can. Excuse our work here, folks. Try to get you guys a better look at these paint schemes, or at least a better vantage point. And there we go. Get that a little bit better. We're going to go to Kyle Vaught. You know, being as the son of a Navy guy, I'm surprised that Kyle didn't run a patriotic paint scheme or anything Navy here tonight. Albert, what do you think?
Hey, Kyle's a very busy man. He's a shaker and a baker, so he might not have had time to put that paint scheme on. I'm gonna give him a hard time, though. You know that.
I thought you were gonna play along with me a little bit, man. Mess with it. He's running his normal shocker, good-looking number 16 paint scheme there. And I still have, and biologically, I still have to love him, even though he didn't shout me out, man. I'm just saying.
Right. Kyle's a lot of fun, and it's always fun for a dad to mess with their kids. I mean, I mess with my daughter Madison all the time, so that's why she's saying in the chat there must be more than Kool-Aid in my cup tonight. I hear you, boo-boo.
I'm calling you out.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Greg Klein, and I do like this paint scheme. That's very good looking, mirrored in parts of the truck Navy paint scheme. And Greg Klein is a Navy veteran himself, out of Owasso, Oklahoma. I forget what his rating was. He told me once, and I should remember, but I don't.
Thank you for your service, Mr. Klein. Yeah, that is a really sharp Navy chromed out paint scheme there. That is really awesome.
Well, I forgot to mention your leader, Dustin Eaton, is also a Navy veteran as well. When I go back and look at his truck, I'll show you the tailgate. Have you seen it yet?
No, I haven't seen his tailgate.
Yeah, I have to show that to you. So Andrew Coffin here in the red, white, and blue. So the guys didn't always do just Navy schemes. They just did patriotic schemes, and that's what this special edition Phoenix number 10 is. And that's a good looking ride.
That sure is. Yep. Red, white, and blue. You can't beat those patriotic colors.
And by the way, your second place championship runner right now is in second place. Chris Goins up to that position. And Mike Adelson as well. He's your next chase driver. He's in fourth, and Jacob Leash is in fifth. Oh, check this out. Kevin Hunt. And he's doing it up in style.
Oh, yeah. That is really sporty.
Yeah, I do like this. It's just really good. Let me go here on the nose. I get a little bit more freedom to move around with this particular camera for whatever reason.
And, I'd like to comment, Kevin Hunt, about him for a second. His racecraft has really, really improved from when he first got here to the league. When he first joined us, he was, thrown to the wolves. Everybody in this league's been together for a long time. And there's some extremely talented drivers in here. Kevin came in without a lot of driving ability, and after, a few races, a few seasons, and a couple of coaching, he's really improved. So good job for you, Kevin, and hang in there, buddy.
Dude, he is killing it. I mean, I'm glad you mentioned it. I think I've talked about it a couple times, but you want to talk about improvement from one season to the next. This guy's got it. He races with us out of Danville, Virginia, and he's not only a tremendous driver for this league, he's also a gentleman, and we love having him.
Absolutely. And, this is a tough league. The amount of talent that's in this league is just through the roof. If you win in this league, you have done something special. So, good for him for hanging in there, and he's getting better and better, and I look to see him get a win here soon in the future.
Absolutely. Going to move on down the running order here to Mr. Everidge here and get a look at his truck. Army Nation. I do think, was he an Army veteran? I think he was. Let me get a look at his truck. Oh, yeah, had to be. Celebrate the 250th anniversary of the U.S. Army. And we love all of our services here in the Vigilante Racing League. Look at the Army Aviation. That's a good-looking truck. All right, next up, we have player again. He must have hit pit lane where I looked at that truck. Jesse Redding. I think he's probably, looks like he's in his normal ride here, the 21, racing out of Knoxville, Iowa, in that 15th position. Got Dave Mayberry running this Navy truck tonight. I do like it. Thanks for doing that.
I do
Mr. Mayberry.
That truck is awful sporty.
Forged by the sea, indeed, man.
I believe Adams is running that same paint scheme, isn't he?
It might be pretty close. Right. Well, I went right through the truck, folks. Sorry about that. There we go. Get a side view. Camera's at low. Protect America's Navy. Absolutely. Let's see who goes up next. Shane Bockler. He's also he's a former Marine, if I remember right, and that's what he's running here tonight. United States Marine Corps, and during 50th year 250 years of kicking ass. Indeed, my friend. I agree with that sentiment. I do like this truck. You got the sporting the Marine Corps camo. Did you know that was patented, Albert?
Is that right? The Marine Corps?
Yeah, the Marine Corps patented their particular camo pattern. And every 13 inches, and you can probably guess why, they have the Eagle Globe and anchor in their camo pattern. You don't notice it until you look really close. But obviously, folks, if you weren't tracking, 13 inches, so that it goes with the original 13 colonies.
I did not know that. That's good. That's good to know.
Yeah. All right, here's John Gallagher. He always runs camouflage, so he's like, I don't know what's up with you guys. I do this every week. And he is in the 18th position right now. Yeah, what does he have on the back end of this thing? Oh, nothing beats a Ram. Stops a Ram, rather.
Speaking of Schellenbacher, didn't he just win a race? Was it Friday night or Wednesday night race that he won?
Oh, man, you had to ask me that, but it was over the past week.
Yeah, I know he just won either.
It was
Wednesday
a
or
Super
Friday.
Speedway, wasn't it? Yeah.
I think it was. I think it was Daytona that he won. So just want to congratulate him on his win last week.
Yeah, for sure. And here's Scott Roney, not having a great night right now, running a 19th in an 023 Fireball machine. Looks like he has infused some American flag action there on his truck.
And
I don't think that is normally there.
He's another driver that's improved tremendously since he's been here. You know, he came in kind of a novice to iRacing, and we the people on the back now. That's awesome.
Dude, I didn't even notice that till just now when I zoomed in, and that is killer.
Yep.
I do like that. Cool. Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, Scott Roney stepped it up tremendously here over the last couple of seasons, so enjoy having him in the league.
See if we can get off to the side here and take a look at his truck. Yeah, see how he's got the American flag going down the side here?
Oh, yeah.
I do like that. You see the wall come into play here. Yeah, good looking truck, man. Greg, good enough. It's on pit lane. Is he out of the race? No.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Is this a
Dustin Eaton crashed. Did he crash? We go, oh. All right, folks, we have to go back and check this out. We went through the field to show you those paint schemes. You can see these guys. Let's see what happened here.
Oh, man.
Back to live. Chris Gomes has the lead right now.
Yeah, something happened there.
Andy Player crashed. See what this was. Oh, he just went around the wrong way. Had to stop. Okay, so that's him. And we got Dustin Eaton.
Thank you.
Oh, he misses it. Stops. Which you have to do. So if you miss the cane, folks, you have to come to a complete stop and then carry on. I'm still showing Dustin Eaton at third right now, though. So I think that's what this was. He is not out of the race. It's just he had to do a stop and go. Chris Gomes has the lead. Mike Adamson's second right now. For whatever reason. Okay, he's on pit lane now. Dustin's going down for his pit service at 13 laps. They could run about 13 to 15 laps on fuel.
Sorry, Average. I wasn't sure what you were doing.
I'm looking for anything else. I think that was it. Greg Dobson, John Geller, we looked at all those. So here we go. First pit stops are happening.
Looks like Good Enough is still on pit road here. So I don't know if he if he's got some extra damage or what's going on with him, but I hope he can get back out on the track.
So here we go. Looking, I got Craig Good Enough on lap 3 crashing, but I thought we looked at that. Yeah, that we saw that happen.
Mm-hmm.
So what is the next one? We got him entering pit lane at lap 7, 4 laps later, and then entering at 8. Something must have come up. Because, let's see, he goes in at 7. Good thing is I'm able to go back and see this. He goes in, looks like normal. Hits. And sits.
Yeah, he must have had something come up at home that he needed to attend to, which happens sometimes. You know, sometimes you're racing, someone will knock on the door, or something that'll happen at home that'll pull you away from your rig. So hopefully he's okay and he can make it back on track here soon.
So here's your leader by 5 seconds. Chris Gomes. Mike Allison's second. Rincon is in third. He's already 33 seconds behind the 2 leaders. That's incredible.
So if Gones can pull this off tonight, this is going to be big for Gones. With him being behind Jacob Alicia right now in the points chase, if Gones somehow can pull this off, this is going to be huge for him. Also, you know, Mike Adamson right behind Gones, you know, 5 seconds back. You know, maintaining the pace. It's going to be a good night for him too if they can hold the pace that they have now.
I see Lori tells us in the chat. Thank you, Lori, because she was watching while we were going through the field. She said, "Good enough's engine blew." So he might have had some damage to that grill and end up blowing his engine. That's unfortunate.
Tough. Yeah, that is really, really tough. Sorry about that. Good enough.
Hey, Matt, you want to run through the chat? Are you able to see the chat, actually? I guess you have to have YouTube up, so I'll run through the chat if you don't. Do you have it up?
I certainly do.
You want to run through the chat and read off any of the comments?
Yeah, it looks like let's burn some rubber from Navy Father 13. Go Navy. Austin Facet's in here. Thank you for Austin. Austin is our sponsor, by the way. He sponsors our leagues, Trackside Graphic. So thank you, Austin, for joining in tonight. Lori saying hi to Alex and everybody else in the chat. Let's see. Earl Evans is out here tonight. Lofty. Hello, Earl. Thank you for joining us. My daughter, Madison. Can't forget about her. Hello, Boo Boo. I call her Boo Boo. That's my nickname for her.
For sure.
And Dale Adamson is out here rooting for his dad, Mike Adamson. We mentioned that earlier. Ryan Walton is here. Thank you for joining us tonight, Ryan. And Rhett Arnell, our good friend, rooting for Craig Goodenough. He's out right now with a blown engine, Rhett. But thank you for being here. You know, you're always rooting and cheering for him. Earl Evans cheering for Jonathan Osborne, and it looks like that's about it. Taylor Provax, let me not forget her, because Taylor is always here. I believe she's always rooting for Mr. Kyle Vaught, if I'm not mistaken. Is that right?
That is right. She sure is.
I wanted to make sure I didn't mess that up. So, Taylor, thank you so much for joining us tonight. It's always good to see you in the chat. And let's see, Kathy is here. Kathy4569. Hey, 99. This is the difference. That's my Aunt Kathy and my Aunt Edith. All right. Thank you guys for joining. Love you guys. Thank you, everybody in the chat, for coming out tonight. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Get the thumbs up.
Yeah, for sure, man. And let's go take a look at some of these onboard cameras. Right now, you're looking at Scott Roney. I'm going to switch over and show you how intense this guy is when he races. And I can't wait. I cannot wait, Albert, until I have this guy on camera winning a race.
I tell you what, Scott Roney is in Salt Lake City, Utah right now. And the day he wins, we're going to hear fireworks and explosions all across the country. He finished second at Daytona behind Schillenbacher, and he was just over the moon excited. So I'm really looking forward to the day when Scott Rooney wins a race. I'm pulling for him big time.
No, yeah, for sure. And I think we have, let's see, is he still out here? Greg Dawson may be gone. I had an onboard with him. Let's make sure, let's see what the other cameras we have. Get you back over here to the primary screen while I'm pulling that up. Yeah, Dobson should be out here. He is not on track. So I don't have his camera anymore. So he's out. Jacob Alicia could be another one that we have, but I had trouble trying to pull his up tonight, even though I have a feed from him. It's not pulling up for some reason, so we'll have to work that out for the next race. Dobson is off. So I really only have 2 cameras tonight right now. The other guys are out. So I have Scott Roney and I have Kyle Vaught. So let's go over and so Taylor Provax can see where her man is running right now. Mr. Kyle. Let's see. He is in the 8th position, having a good run right now so far tonight.
Kyle is a fun guy. He is a fun guy to talk to. He is a fun guy to be around. Always in a good mood. You know, consummate professional. So Kyle's a lot of fun. I'm glad he's a part of this league.
No, yeah, for sure. And he has a lot going on. I mean, he's a young man compared to us, Albert. Let's just say it. And then you know, he has a social life, which keeps him pretty busy, along with Taylor Provax. These guys are super busy, got a lot going on in their lives, but we're thankful they're able to come here on Wednesday nights, sometimes on Fridays, but certainly on Wednesday nights. And she pulls for him, and we thank her for being in the chat. And I get to spend some time with him, even if I'm not talking to him the entire time. I know where he's at, and he's having a great time.
You know, I'm going to send Taylor Provax some America's Driver 99 gear. You know, try to get her to root for that 99 car more often.
That's right, man. Hey, man, I used to try to do it. Man, I was, hey, pull for 33. You know?
Right.
And she would too, but she wouldn't choose. The smart woman. Kyle's up 8 spots, man. He started 16th. He's running 8th, having a really good run right now.
Yes, he is. I see him right there between Dylan Bryan and Chris Klein. Way to go, Kyle.
Yeah, doing a great job there. So there we have it. Just back over to the full screen. And Mike Adamson's taking over the lead over Chris Gomes. I want to see him take a look. I think these guys, yes, because Chris actually went on pit lane at lap 14. It comes out in second, which is kind of surprising. George Rincon's in third. Let's run through the field. Here's your leader, Mike Adamson. And 32 seconds back, because he did pit, is Chris Gomes. 35 seconds back is George Rincon. Let's see, has George pitted yet? He has not. But Chris is the first truck who did hit pit lane the furthest forward. Dustin Eaton, he hit pit lane. He's running 4th right here behind George Rincon. Your pole sitter, Jonathan Osborne, is now in 5th. He's also hit pit lane. Really, the rest of these guys on back went to pit lane. Jacob Alicia, looked like he had a bit of damage maybe on that front end. That left front, a little bent out of shape. He is running in the 6th position. Dylan Bryant, your current contender championship leader out of Stem, North Carolina. That 51's in 7th position. He's got it in the win. And you know, and talk about another driver who improved. Man, road courses was not Dylan Stain, man. He really, along with like the likes of Tim Pope, came a long way on these courses.
Oh yeah, and more power to him for doing it. I have 0 tolerance for road courses. So, you know, for those guys to put in the time and the effort to practice them and make themselves better at road courses, good for them.
Here we are. Dylan's running in 7th, right where he began the race. Really solid run right now. Kyle Vault, like I said, up 8 spots, is running in 8th position here. Greg Klein just behind him, putting on the pressure now in 9th, up 11 spots himself. And I didn't read off, but I will now. The people we had quite a few penalties from last week. Greg Klein was one of them. John Shanebacher, Kevin Hunt in the 434.82 of Mike Everidge, the 29 of Dave Mayberry, the 2 of Russ Kilgore, Tim Pope, which I don't think is here tonight. And I won't mention the 99. Albert Anderson had a penalty.
That guy. I don't know what's going on with that guy.
So that one of those were your favorite drivers and you wonder why they started far back in the field, that's why. And here's Andrew Coffin. He's running 10th. Kevin Hunt is now in 11th. Mike Everidge in 12th. All these guys hit pit lane, by the way. I'll let you know when I get to one who hasn't. Jesse Redding in 13th. Dave Mayberry, 14th. Jack Dixon, Mitchell, Ontario, Canada's own. 15th position coming around here for turn 2. John Shanebacher is in 16th position. John Gallagher's on pit lane. Been there for a while, so I think he might be getting some repairs done. Scott Roney, Salt Lake City, Utah's on 18th. Andy Player. Out. Let me see. I think he's out of the race, and so is Dobson. Greg Goodenough and Scott Milner. I don't know. I have to go back and see what happened to Andy Player. Let me go see if I can find that. As you watch your leader, Mike Adamson, heading down pit lane.
Yeah,
Chris Gomes.
Mike needed to pit. He was running long there. This is going to put him in a pretty good position towards the to end of the race here. So it'll be interesting to see how that shakes out.
All right, so they have maybe a crash here by Andy Players. You see Chris Goins go by the entrance to pit lane. He's going to assume the lead here. We'll look and see what happened. The 13. Coming down to the cane. This might have already happened. Yes, looks like he's got some damage already. But let's go back. So this must have happened just before it brought us here. There it goes right there. Like he's okay here. Goes really wide going in this turn. He's going to hit the tires. Yep.
Ooh, that was a hard hit.
Yep. So this is what happened to the 13 of Andy Player. And we had an onboard with him. We never got to before they had this incident, so it's unfortunate.
Yeah, you can see he's trying to turn a wheel to the left there, and the truck's just not wanting to go. He's putting wheel into it, and it's not wanting to turn, so I would imagine he probably towed.
Like he's trying to steer with the rear wheels at this point, but it's really not working out for him. But you get there? He might get there. He gets there.
Yeah, pit road's right there. He made it, yeah.
All right, so that's what happened to you there for all the player fans out there. This goes is go ahead.
I do have a question for you.
All right.
So I was supposed to serve a penalty tonight, supposed to start in the back. Do you think Lori will forget and about me having to start next week in the back, or do you think she'll remember the penalty?
I think she'll remember because she highlights some red when you don't serve in the next race, and she watches the broadcast back, buddy. So you just gave her a reminder.
So just so everybody knows, I'll be starting at the tail of the field next week at Charlotte for our last race of the season, Mike.
Yeah.
It's going to be the last race of a great season, and we're going to be crowning the champion next week. So make sure you guys tune in.
Yeah, folks, that's absolutely true. Charlotte Motor Speedway. I mean, we always have pretty good races there. It can get a little messy for us sometimes, but generally speaking, if we get spread out a bit, Albert, it's a good race.
It is. Charlotte's a really good race. It's hard to handle. Charlotte is a track that will keep you humble. You got to pay a lot of attention to your tires. Tire wear is crucial at Charlotte. So guys are going to be really strong, really competitive at the beginning of the race. I always like it when Charlotte spreads out a little bit, when we have long green flag runs, and that gives the guys that manage tire wear better a chance to get up front and stay up front. So I'm really looking forward to Charlotte.
Mm-hmm. You dug your grave, man. Lori's out there says, "I hear you, Albert." Ha ha ha. And then that father said, though, you're starting from the back. He said, Denny Hamlin did it. So basically, I think he's implying, what's your problem? Why can't you do it?
Yeah, I mean, hey, I've started from the back many times. So, I'm hoping to get up to the front. I'm going to have to be patient early on in the race. And, Kyle hard into the wall there. And manage the pace. Hopefully I can be there by the end of the night.
If you got any damage there, but he's this is the closest battle on the track. That's why we're showing it to you, folks. Everybody else is much further apart. If I could take a look at his. Oh yeah, got pretty good damage there in that right front fender, doesn't he?
Oh yeah. It looks like his suspension is turning okay, but that fender might cause some problems for him.
A little extra wear on the tire. Let's see if his wheel's straight when he gets down this next straightaway. This is deceptive corner here, man. This thing, if you go in there too fast, you just throw right out to that outside wall. Doing a good job here. It looks pretty straight to me.
Yeah, it looks like the steering wheel is top dead center. So if it had affected him, the steering wheel would either be turned hard to the left or hard to the right. So it looks like his suspension's in good shape here.
Looks like Annie out there in the chat is going to say something about Eaton, but maybe hit the return button too early. Yeah, Father says, I got faith in Anderson.
Yeah, I think that's fellow Anderson. I think that's Alex Anderson. He races with us in the Friday night leagues.
Okay.
says he's seen me do it before in the Friday Night League. So, yep. Hey, Alex, welcome to the chat, buddy. Thank you for joining us tonight.
All right, we're riding right now with Dustin Eaton. Annie out there in the chat saying that's her man. And he's been creeping in. He's at nearly 7 seconds back, but he's cutting that down. It goes back over 7 seconds, so it might be a little give and take here. We are coming up on that competition caution at lap 23, though. So he's going to have a chance to get right back in this thing.
You know, I knew Eaton was going to be strong here tonight. He's strong everywhere we go. But Dustin Eaton is a really, really fierce competitor on road course races. He's won multiple road course races, so I'm not surprised to see him up front here.
And really got that good look, and I promised you I was going to take a look and show you his. Told you he was a Navy veteran, and as you can see on his rear deck there,
so
Damon Eaton, and that's what he was in the Navy. He was a seaman.
I have spent a lot of time with Dustin, and I'm not surprised to see that on his tailgate, and it's factual. He is Dustin Seaman Eaton, and he's a funny guy. He is a really funny guy. Dustin is a hoot and a half to talk to and to hang out with and to listen to his theories of life and everything like that. So I really enjoy Dustin. He's a great guy.
As we're winding down here, coming to our competition caution, folks, I do want to, and you mentioned it once already, Albert, that tonight's race is proudly brought to you by Trackside Graphics. If you're looking for top-tier design work or need a custom livery that turns heads on the track, reach out to Austin via the email you see there on your screen, and he'll get you fixed up and ready to race. He sponsors both this series and the VRL. This is the VR. I can't speak tonight. VRL series for our Premier's drivers, and then on Friday night, the Vanquish series and the ARCA cars. And we thank him for coming on board this season. As well, our associate sponsor, Shocker Graphics. If you're enjoying the sharp thumbnails you see on the channel, we're admiring custom vehicle paints tearing up the track here tonight. You're seeing the work of Shocker Graphics, Ricky Wittenberg. You need top-tier visuals or pro-level style posters, artwork, or logos, get in touch with Ricky via the email at the bottom of your screen here. Yeah,
you know,
there we go.
Ricky and Alex both do great paint jobs. I've seen paint schemes from Ricky. I've actually ran a lot of paint schemes made up and designed by Ricky, and I've seen some of the paint schemes that Alex does as well. Both of them are great graphics guys for paint schemes.
Yeah, absolutely. And we should be about 3 laps away from that comp caution. You see 25 to go there on your screen now. It stopped counting down the laps and started giving you how many to go. So we should see a caution with 22 to go.
Got Annie in the chat saying never a dull moment when it comes to Eaton. I'm sure that is 100% factual. That guy will keep you on your toes.
Well, I tell you, kind of surprising a little bit, though, but Gomes has been able to stretch that lead out to 7.9 over Dustin Eaton in the 14. Now 8 seconds out. So we'll see how these guys go head-to-head, man. We get a chance to see this, which is just great for us and maybe not so great for them.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to put everybody back together. It's going to group everyone back up. These guys know they're going into the second half of the race, so the intensity level is going to pick up. It always does, no matter where you're at. When the laps start running out, guys know that they have to make a move. And I look to see this second half get really, really interesting.
I tell you, the track is probably cooler than I expected here tonight with this cloud cover. Forecast was actually pretty warm. Let's take a look and see what that was. Oh yeah, 73. It's gone down. It was 75 at the beginning. 44% humidity, cloudy, 4-mile-per-hour wind. So pretty mild out there, man, which is what you kind of expect from San Diego weather.
Oh yeah, that West Coast weather.
Lori's out there saying hello to Kyle's friend. Osvaldo has joined the chat saying, let's go 16. Well, right now, I'll tell you, he's having a pretty good run there, Osvaldo. He's in 9th position at the moment and has made his pit stop. So we'll see how it works out for him after this caution.
I tell you what, man, Chris Goins is sending it. I'm just watching him going around the track. He's hitting all of his marks. He's on and off the gas where he needs to be. Which is not surprising out of Chris. He is up front every single night, every single racetrack that we go to. So it's not surprising to see him leading this race.
Got a battle brewing here, man. They were side by side coming around that last corner. This is Jonathan Osborne and Mike Adamson. They were side by side, man. So hopefully we get some action here. I'm taking a look around the track. This is the closest action. And at the moment, Osborne's pulling a little bit on Adamson, but we'll see if he gets back into it. I think he just spun his tires. Battle of the Navy trucks.
Yeah, so Osborne and Adamson duking it out. That's going to end up being a really good one to see, and to see how that's going to end up. Both of these guys are fierce competitors, and they're not going to take each other too lightly.
And that father saying, "Hey man, I was an East Coast sailor. I never got the pretty skies like that." And for sure, man. I tell you, in the Navy, you got guys having the East Coast sailor, West Coast sailor, and Navy father could probably attest to this. There's also this thing called the pineapple fleet. Have you ever heard that term, Albert?
I have not.
Yeah, so the pineapple fleet is what we kind of refer to the guys who are stationed out in Hawaii. I've been stationed out there. Lori and I were out there for a tour. She never lets me live it down because it was a short tour. We only did like a year and a half there, and then it was promotion that we left for. And she's always wanted to go back. We never had the chance, but they call it the pineapple fleet because they're so much more laid back, man, out there in the Pacific Fleet. Now, that doesn't mean they're not warriors. It just means they got a different lifestyle, which you probably kind of understand considering where they live, which is basically paradise. There's a caution.
Yeah, I would imagine things are a little more laid back, a little more chill in Hawaii than they are in the major cities. That's for sure.
I'd say the closer you get to the flagpole when they're talking about DC, the more stringent and tight things get. And that's kind of how it is. The brass is watching. You keep things a little tighter. That's just how it goes.
Yeah, I live about 20 miles outside of DC, and everything is always stressed out around here. It doesn't matter what your profession is.
Just the general population is stressed.
Oh yeah. Just everything is stressed.
All right, folks, this was the caution that we told you about. So right now, we kind of set it as we finished that first half. Chris Goins is your leader, Dustin Eaton second, Jonathan Osborne third, Mike Adamson fourth, and Jacob Alicia is in fifth position. I'll run through the rest. We got a little time. Go ahead.
Yeah, while we're on the caution here, I'm going to have a quick break myself.
Okay, buddy. Let's finish out the running order here. Dylan Bryant, 6th. Greg Klein, 7th. And George Rincon, 8th. Kyle Vaught's in 9th right now. Andrew Cawthon, 10th. Kevin Hunt, 11th. Jesse Redding, 12th. Mike Everidge, 13th. Dave Mayberry, 14th. John Shanebacher's at 15th. And in 16th, got Roney. And I don't think anyone else is still in the race. So we got 16 trucks remaining in the race. The other guys had some trouble. Go around here and see who's going to hit pit lane here. So the 12 in front of the 12 truck that's right there in front of your leader is John Shanebacher running at 15th. He's probably going to go ahead and go around. They're still trying to catch the base truck, I think. Yeah, your leader still hasn't caught the pace truck, rather. Got Earl Evans out there saying that the break that Albert Anderson speaks of is a peanut butter sandwich. I think probably more likely a turkey sandwich, from my understanding, but it could be peanut butter. I don't know. As we see Chris Goins catch the pace truck now. Everybody's just kind of spread out. It's going to take a while. You see, nobody's even behind him. Definitely coming up now. So most of them will catch up before they get around. That's why this caution is, it's just lengthy. It's a long course, 3.4 miles. Takes a while to get around here, and they were very spread out. So the pace truck and the pits don't open until everyone's caught up to the pace truck. See if we get a word with Mr. Goins while we have a chance. Out of Blackjack Racing. Hey, Mr. Gomes, Alan in the booth, buddy. You got me.
Yeah, buddy, I got you, Alan. What's going on?
Hey, man, having a good-looking race so far. You got a bit of damage on your nose there. Pushed in the old ram nose and a little bit of space on your hood, but it doesn't seem to be slowing you down one bit. You were pulling on second place, the number 14 of Eaton there. What do you think your chances are in the second half of this race?
Well, you know, the damage doesn't seem to affect the truck much. I think it's just kind of right there in the center, so there's not a huge aero advantage to this track here, but you know, with Dustin, you know, never count him out. He's fast here. He's been throwing laps down all week, so just a matter of just trying to stay consistent and work maybe a little bit of strategy there at the end and try and just save these tires. The track's cooling down some, so that's going to help everybody, not just me. So I'm going to probably have to push a little bit harder to keep up here at the beginning of the next stage.
Well, hey, man, I like the good-looking Navy truck there. We couldn't ask for a better atmosphere to race in. I know the track is super tough, even though the atmosphere is beautiful. But I appreciate you talking to us. Before you get around here and get refocused and take your pit stop, do you have any shout-outs?
Yeah, just shout out everybody that's watching on the broadcast. Hopefully it's a good show. It is a fun little track. I say little, it's huge, but it's a fun track to get around once you learn it. It can be a little frustrating at times, but I appreciate everybody hanging there, watching it, and enjoying it with us. Appreciate everybody in the league kind of keeping it clean and no issues so far, really. And just shout out my teammate Jesse Redding. He's right here behind me. He's getting a lucky dog, so he'll be back on the lead lap here shortly.
Chris,
oh,
we're
yeah.
loving watching you tonight, man. You're putting on one heck of a show, and I'm definitely rooting for you, buddy.
Hey, I appreciate it, Albert, and hopefully I'll see you after the race and I can get one of those turkey sandwiches.
There you go. I got a half for you.
Appreciate you, buddy.
All right, man. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thanks, guys.
All right, your current leader, Mr. Chris Gomes. So we were talking while you were gone there, Albert. I had Earl Evans out there in the chat saying, hey, he went for a peanut butter sandwich. I said, probably more likely a turkey sandwich. I said, but it could be peanut butter. So what'd you do?
Well, you know, I'm a little out of breath. My goldfish jumped out of the tank and took off running.
Oh.
So I had to, and he made it outside of the house. So I had to chase him out in the parking lot and bring him back in. He's calmed down now. But I had a turkey sandwich, and I'm ready to get back and watch this second half.
That's what I'm talking about. We're going to watch these guys hit pit lane here, get their service. And once they have gotten through that, we got like another lap of pacing before we go back to green. We're going to get a word with Kyle Vaught. Pull him up into the chat here in just a moment.
Love talking to Kyle.
Yeah, it should be good. Coming around here for the last chicane.
Pace cars approaching.
And the Arby's corner, and they even have it on the ground there. I didn't notice that when I first watched this track.
You look good doing it.
Cheesesteaks are pretty good from there. I've had one of those, and there's the entrance to pit lane. Let's see who goes down pit lane.
I
It's
used
like
to
most.
love Arby's, but the quality at the Arby's around my house kind of went down, so I haven't been there in a long time.
Looks like so. Eaton, Osborne, Adamson, Alicia, pretty much everybody. Bryant, Klein, who didn't go in. Jesse Redding did not go in 12th, but that's because he's a lucky dog. But he's going to stay out, wave around. He'll be able to take a pit stop then and be back on the lead lap. Everybody else is on pit lane all the way back to this. Yep, all 16 trucks are going to either pit now, in the case of Jesse Redding, on the next lap.
Yeah, if I was Jesse Redding, I would definitely be hard in the gas, get back around as quickly as I could to get any damage repaired at the same time, because they're going to go green when they make another lap here.
That father said, hey, you filling up on Kool-Aid. So what was your favorite Kool-Aid growing up, man? Mine was the green. It was between the green and the red. No, I take that back. I like the grape too, man.
I would have to say the orange. The orange high C Kool-Aid was really, really good. Yeah, a little extra sugar in it. I remember my grandmother used to always give us a hard time about how much sugar we were putting in it.
No doubt,
but, that was always a fun, cool summertime drink. I haven't had any Kool-Aid in many years. I need to go get some.
Yeah, I always did it. The actual Kool-Aid brand was what I had. And it just, I guess it depended on my mood, man. The green, it tastes like the apple. I like the grape. Lori's in the chat saying the grape. It was good. It was
Yeah.
on a hot summer day. You come in there and your mom give you that a glass of sugar.
Absolutely. Yeah. And that's basically what it was, a glass of colored sugar,
Yeah.
and you wonder why kids were so hyped
Right.
up.
And they're like, man, these kids don't behave.
Yeah, they can't sit still.
Yeah, right. No, for sure. All right, they had pit stops here. Let's see if we can get a word with Kyle Vaught. Pull him up out of Vigilante Force. Hey, Kyle, it's America's driver and Alan in the booth, buddy. You got us.
Oh, Albert and Dad. Hey, Dad. What's up, Albert?
What's up, buddy? How you doing tonight, man?
Yeah.
You're in 9th place right now, kicking butt.
For me, yeah, I'll take it, dude. Top 10 road course, street course, whatever, with a stock car. I'm feeling good, baby.
Yeah, I mean, you're looking good out there. Your pace has been great all night. You've been keeping it off of the wall. You haven't had any issues with any other trucks. So I'm really rooting for you tonight. And just so you know, I am trying to convert your wife over to a America's Driver 99 fan. I'm going
man.
T-shirts.
She'll take it, dude. Yeah, I mean, I'm not doing that well this season. You are. So I think she's probably a little easily swayed to support someone who's doing well.
You're doing great, buddy. It's always awesome to watch you race. You're doing a good job tonight. And I hope you bring home a top 10. I hope you bring home a top 5 tonight, man. I'm really pulling for you.
I appreciate you, man. Top 5 would be cool. I'm feeling good about a top 10 as long as I can stop. I'm burning up my tires, so I just got to watch my input with how much I'm pressing down. Some of the other trucks out here are burning up kind of quick, but then some are really good. So I'm just trying to keep in line with people. So yeah.
Hey, Kyle.
How's your turkey sandwich though, Albert?
Delicious, man. I had to taste my goldfish around. My goldfish jumped out of the tank and took off running. But other than that, it was great.
Right on. Good to hear that.
Hey, Kyle, but before we get back to racing here, serious question. What was your favorite Kool-Aid growing up? What flavor? And love connection question. I'm already looking at it right here. Your lovely partner, Taylor Provax, is telling us what her favorite was, and so you better get it right. So what was yours and what was hers? Nothing like a dad to set up his son, right?
Right. I'm going to say that she would say my favorite is watermelon or black cherry.
Is that your favorite?
Is watermelon my favorite?
What is your favorite?
What flavor Kool-Aid?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm going to say watermelon.
Watermelon. Okay, what's hers?
Yeah. Maybe lemon lime. I made lemon lime yesterday.
Man, wow, he did good. She says, I love the black cherry and lemon lime.
Okay, hell yeah. Black cherry's dope. Yeah, that's a good one. But yeah, yesterday I made us some lemon lime. It was really good.
All right, you don't have to sleep on the couch tonight, buddy. Good job.
I was just getting ready to say the exact same thing. Al, you don't have to sleep on the couch tonight, buddy.
Yeah, right. Well, I got to bring home a top 10 to really determine that. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
That's true. She does support winners. That's true. You better get up there. Yep, top 10 finish.
Yep. So we'll see how it goes.
We've got a whole other lap to go here. We're going to find somebody else to talk to here, Kyle. Got anything else for him before we let him go?
More people. I mean, this is so long.
It is.
So you can talk to the rest of the field probably. It's a fun track, dude. I'm having so much fun, but man, these pace laps are so long. So yeah, go find somebody else to talk to. Not Mayberry. He's somebody different.
All right, buddy.
Mayberry. You ain't got enough time for that. The laps ain't that long.
Thanks, Kyle. We love you, man. Have a good one.
You too.
Y'all
have a good night. Later,
All right. Always fun to talk to Kyle.
Yeah, he is. Kyle's great, man.
Let's talk to second place Dustin Eaton from the Digital Speed Racing here. Been super fast here tonight. Hey, Dustin, it's America's driver Albert Anderson and Alan in the booth, buddy. You got us.
Oh my God, what's up, fellas? How are you?
Hey, man, you're looking super sporty tonight, man. How you feeling about your chances to bring it home there? Is Chris Goins going to give you any trouble?
Oh, got to start the engine when we're riding, huh?
Yeah,
dude, he's probably going to give me some trouble. I, got caught up with Osborne a little bit there at the beginning. Truck feels a little shaky, but it's definitely not 100%. But buddy, we're going to bring this thing home. That's what we're going to do.
Hey, Dustin, you know how me and you get down, man. So I'm definitely rooting for you. I'm definitely pulling for you to get up there and knock it out of the park tonight. You think you got anything for Gones and Adamson and Osborne here at the second half of this thing?
Good to see you as well.
You know, Albert, I do know how we get down, and I'm gonna answer that with hold my beer and watch this. You know,
Yeah, man, my man.
I'm gonna give it to them the best I can, and if they got it, they got it. Like I said, truck feels a little you know, but temperatures aren't helping either. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see, boys.
Yeah, you're sporting just a bit of nose damage there, but also the one is as well. So we'll see how it works out for you guys. Don't feel like you have any wheel damage, so it should be pretty good. Bode well for you. Love the truck scheme, by the way. Great looking truck, man. Go Navy.
Yeah, thank Ricky for that. He made a dream come to life with this one. You know, the old seaman eating out here at your service. Lori can't say nothing. Yeah, she can't say nothing. Government, his own government papers, it can work in here.
You know, that paint scheme really tickled me, Dustin, and I would expect nothing but that from you.
Heck yeah, man. You know, dress to impress, boys.
That's right. That's right. So I'm pulling for you tonight, Dustin. Is there anybody you want to shout out here? You got a couple fans in the chat.
Dude, old Craig, all the people here saying hi. You know, appreciate y'all coming, guys. I'm going to try to bring it home for you. And, yeah, appreciate you guys for watching, dude. Should be an interesting finish.
All right, but we'll let you get refocused.
You should probably give me an EOL.
Yeah, man.
So I'm not
Appreciate you guys.
Yeah, man. Bye.
Yeah, man.
All right. Demon Eaton himself.
He is
Looking-
always a riot to talk to.
He's got more energy than anybody I know, I think.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Him right here is going to start on the leader does get choice. We'll see which looks like at the moment that Chris is wanting that inside line, which makes sense. Turn one is a right-hander. I think that's what we saw pretty much all weekend, this past weekend with NASCAR.
Oh yeah, and we got, you know, Adamson and Osborne starting next to each other. That's going to be really interesting as well. Jacob Elise is going to be behind those guys, pushing them extremely hard.
John, we gotta wait
Dylan
for
Bryant's
Mayberry.
also having a really good run tonight, up in 6th place there. So, you know, it's really going to come down to Eden and Gones, whichever one of them can get out front first and kind of set their own pace is going to have an advantage going into this second half with 20 laps to go.
Yeah, by the time we hit the line, we'll have 19 to go. The lights are out on the top of the pace track, which means we are going green this time, folks. Back to the action. Let's reset the field for you. Dustin Eaton. Actually, Chris Goins is switching back and forth here, but Chris Goins is the actual leader, so he gets to control this restart. Dustin Eaton is in 2nd, Jonathan Osborne 3rd, Mike Adelson 4th, Dylan Bryant 5th, and or 6th, depending on how you're looking at the moment. With Jacob Alicia right there, we'll go by rows. That's row 3, row 4, Greg Klein, George Rincon, row 5, Kyle Vaught, and Kevin Hunt, and that's your top 10. Coming on to back onto the asphalt. You're going to see that pace truck once we get through the chicane. He's going to pull off to the right-hand side into pit lane, and we're going to get back after it.
Oh yeah, this second half is going to be is going to be extremely exciting. These guys are going to have. I mean, they know time is running out, you know, and like I was saying earlier, when time starts running out, oh, here we go.
Right in this last corner here. There's no restart zone action for this road course. It's going to be the flag man. And there he goes. He's already waving it. We're back underway. He's got advantage going into the turn. Now the one's going to surge on the inside. Probably anticipated that. Let's see if he's able to hold. He is. Oh, no. Eaton's into the wall. 81 gets around. 88's going for it. 31 as well. He may have some damage.
No.
Take a look. Yes, he's got some right front damage for sure. May have some wheel damage out of that. You're probably the one everybody thought for sure was going to win. He's got a little trouble, but let's see if he's able to recover. How bad is that truck damaged? Oh, almost gets into the wall there.
Yeah, it looks like he's a little loose. He may have some wheel damage out of that. A lot of times these guys can get wheel damage and it not show visibly on the truck. But inside of the truck, he might be dealing with an off-center wheel or a tire that's dragging a little bit. So we'll have to see how it plans out for Eaton later on.
Well, I tell you what, speak no sooner than we look at this. Jonathan Osborne, your pole setter, is right there challenging for the lead right now, and he's been super fast this past week in practice. Chris Goins has got his hands full at the moment.
Yeah, and, you know, they're all on new tires right now. I think Osborne's going to try to take full advantage of 4 stickers on that truck, and he's going to try to press Chris pretty hard here, especially with Jacob Alicia right behind him. As Chris gets really loose there, getting out of that turn.
You see a pass for the lead. Jonathan Osborne, new leader, 81, back to the point. Jacob Alicia's right there too. These are your 2 points leaders right here. Jacob Alicia is only 6 points out in front of Chris Goins. And at the moment, Chris is only going to gain 1 point on this man. Actually, I got to take that back. Is it 5 points between positions? I go back and look. I think it's only... I'll go back and look.
Yeah, I mean, I know Chris. I've raced with him a lot. That's not going to rattle him too much. He's going to settle down and get back situated and get back after it. Jacob Alicia gets really sideways there.
Really sideways. Take a look here.
That just goes to show you how much these guys are getting after it. On exit, they're trying to get back on the gas and get the tires going as quickly as they can, and it's causing their rear ends to step out on them. So they're really getting after it here.
Yeah, so I just verified it. Here's only 1 point. So it's 55 points to win this race, and it goes back to 35 per second. And it's 1 point intervals from there.
Yeah, so I mean, it's going to be close. I mean, you know, these guys, at the pace they're running, it's going to come down to Charlotte next week. So you guys make sure you tune back in for that last race of the season next week as well.
Well, these guys aren't even tires here. When I say that, I'm talking about the 1 and the 31. This is. I know that Alicia's trying to make this into a dogfight, man. So he's there. Let's see how cool and calm the 1 can remain and not overdrive his truck with that pressure on his back deck.
Yeah, Jacob Alicia's going to bring it. He brings it every single week in and week out. You know, whenever he's in your rearview mirror, you know he's coming. He's going to put a lot of pressure on Chris, and he's going to try to force Chris to make a mistake that he can capitalize on, like you saw earlier with Chris and Osmond. So, you know, Jacob's going to keep pushing it hard here to see if he can shake Chris up a little bit.
He's definitely there. He's in striking distance. If there's even a bobble by that one machine. I do have an indication here on my overlays, Albert, that Kevin Hunt had some trouble and Dylan Bryant. We'll go back once we see how this shakes out for second. If they start the battle, we'll go back and take a look and see what happened to those drivers.
That's a shame. Dylan Bryant was having a really good night tonight. It shows him still in 11th place.
We're just hoping that it was just like scraping the wall or something, or getting sideways. Look at this. It's so tight here. Oh, I thought he was going to get a run there for a second. Him being the Jacob Alicia, the 31. He's actually falling back just a bit.
He's putting a lot of pressure on Chris there after that one series of turns.
Oh, the one guy out of shape. Did you see that? He was really tank slapping, coming across the crest of that hill coming down to turn 2.
Yeah, with the elevation change and transition there, it makes these trucks really light in the rear end. So if the truck is coming off of the ground and you're trying to get back into the gas at the same time, it's not surprising to see the rear end step out like that.
All right, let's go back real quick and see what happened to Hunt. Kevin Hunt in the 434. Oh, gets a piece of that wall in turn 1 as well. So that's and then he ends up going around. Does he get there's no contact there? He just starts to lose it.
Yeah, he came off the ground with that elevation change, and that's all it took.
Here's Dylan Bryant, Iceman himself. What happens with him? Oh, just a little too much, like you said, a little too much throttle.
Yeah, it looks like he did a good job keeping it off the wall there. Only lost maybe 2 positions. So,
and he certainly didn't take damage as well. As we're back looking at this battle for second. Goals has it. Jacob Alicia wants it. And Jonathan Osborne's like, get after it, boys. I'm just going to drive away.
Oh, I mean, there's nothing better than when you're the leader and you see second and third place behind you duking it out, because that allows you to stretch out your lead just a little bit more. It allows you to focus on hitting your marks. Osborne's not under any immediate threat from Chris Jones as he is Jacob Leishman. So Osborne is loving seeing these guys race tight. He wants to see them race close together.
Yeah, for sure. Right there for a moment, they were about equidistance apart between first, second, and third. Looking that way coming out, there's obviously second and third a little bit closer. Oh, a slide job going through there, the number 1 machine at least. I think it's going to come down for these two guys who can take care of their stuff better.
And I tell you, sliding around like that takes one heck of a toll on tires. When I race cars in real life, that was the one thing my driving coach, Ronnie Wood, used to tell me: take care of the tires, stop burning them up in the corners. You know, I would 4-wheel slide in the turns, and he said, you know, you're going to pay for that later on, and that's the concern that these drivers have here. The more you slide the truck around, the hotter the tires get, and the faster they wear out. And it looks like Osborne is managing his tires really good right now in comparison to the 2 trucks behind him.
Yeah, it sure is. And one's doing, I think, a better job than the 31. I saw the 31 really hustling his truck in the first opening laps of this second segment. And I think that's what we're starting to see, a bit of a gap here. I didn't see the one doing it as much. Obviously, we saw him go through one turn, kind of drifting it. But we might start to see some separation and some focus of the one to be able to get up here to the 81 machine and battle for this win. Oh, there goes the 31, missed his turn. And that's really wanting it. So let's go back and see what happens here. Jacob Alicia. And it didn't come up as an incident, so I'm going to have to just back this up manually, folks, real quick. And here we come. He's coming back down through here. I think he just misses his braking point. It's easy to lose where you're at on the track sometimes here. Goes way wide, has to stay out of the barrier, loses one spot. And only one spot, surprisingly, but man, the damage is done to those tires as you saw him have to lock them up.
Yeah, you know, he had the wheel cranked hard to the left there, so, you know, he started burning them there. Then he had to lock them down to keep them hitting the barrier. So that's
there he is again.
To the wall here, yeah. So he's starting to pay a heavy price there as Dustin Eaton gets around him there.
So you were talking about tire wear, and folks, it's not just about, you know, grating off the rubber. As Albert mentioned, it's about the temp. When you get the temps too high, even though you got plenty of rubber on there, these things are like riding on ice.
Yeah, and Jacob Alicia's truck looks like he either has some damage or his tire wear is getting really, really bad right now, as we see Dustin Eaton on pit road.
Yeah, these drivers have to make a pit stop this round, this second half, folks. So he's coming down for that. You can see he's got a decent amount of damage on that left front. We'll see how well he's able to get on and off. Does he take tires here? Let's take a look at that. Hasn't been that long since he's on pit lane. Looks like maybe fuel only with the 14 machine.
Yeah, fuel only. This should give him enough to get to the end of the race. And Dustin's still looking pretty good. He's going to be down pit road. He's got enough to make it to the end. So I expect him to get a decent finish tonight.
Right now, Osborne has we're right at a 2-second advantage that they're slowing through this segment here. And Mike Adamson's right in coming into this picture here. As you can see these guys, check him out.
Adamson has been strong. He has been strong all night. I talked to him before the race. He said he expects to finish in the top 5 tonight, and he's doing exactly that. He's been calm and cool all race long. He's been hitting his marks. He has the leaders right there in front of him. So if he can get on and off a pit road good and not have any issues, he should be able to bring home a really good finish tonight.
Yeah, man, I like how he's sporting the Maverick Top Gun helmet, too, inside that truck. That looks pretty cool. I like that.
Oh, yeah. The classic movie.
Yeah. And he's closing. Looks like he's closing in on these guys, man, to be just visually. Let's take a look and see. the battle box here. So he's 1.34 behind Gomes. It's going to close in here maybe a bit. Yes. We'll have to see what it is once they stop accordion here.
You say battle axe?
Battle box. Did I say axe? Did I say battle axe?
Yeah, or I was thinking battle axe. I might have been thinking about my ex-girlfriend. I used to call her the old battle axe.
Okay.
But, the battle box. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, I meant the battle box, and he is certainly, he was 1.3. Now he's under 1.2 as they enter this turn. 1.12 now. He's definitely closing. And one is closing on the 81 as well.
Yep, they're going to get tight here. They all still have to make a pit stop. I want to say hi to Luke Chadwick joining us in the chat. Luke, thank you for joining us tonight.
Indeed. And folks, if you haven't already, support the channel, support these drivers, and subscribe. I mean, we're here live every Wednesday and Friday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. We're here on Wednesday nights for the VRL Premiere Series, and then on Friday night for the VRL Vanquish ARCA Series. And each time, we have a great time, great show. We have some cross-pollination between drivers, but really 2 separate fields to the different series within VRL. And if you want to watch some road course racing on occasion, we like to do some endurance GT3, GTP sporting events where we turn left and right, which my understanding is Albert Anderson's a huge fan of, and he likes to race those. Hit the subscription. I'm sorry, hit the notification bell so you'll know when we go live for those. You don't like those, Albert? Come on, man.
I think road course racing is sinful. I mean, I tell you, it's a blast to watch. I don't particularly like road course racing myself. I'm just not a big fan of it. I'm a big fan of the talent that it takes to get around this track. I'm a big fan of being a spectator and watching the action on the track because it is one of the most exciting forms of racing. I'm more of a super speedway and mile-and-a-half track guy myself. That's where my talent level lie. So when it comes to road coursing, I just don't have it in me. And everybody that knows me knows how I feel about thriving in a road course race anyway. But I tell you, watching it and admiring the amount of talent that it takes to get around these tracks with these guys is absolutely phenomenal.
As you watch it, man, you're seeing Jonathan starting to abuse his tires just a little bit as the one closes in on him. I see Lori in the chat saying, hey, where's Dave Mayberry? Right now he's in 13th, but to her point, let's run through the, big slide there for the 81. Let's run through the field, tell people where their favorite drivers are racing before we get to the end of this. We might have a 3-way battle for the win here. I did see Jesse Redding crashed here, Albert. Let's take a look at that first before we go through the field and see what that was. Here's Redding coming around the 21 machine. Can hit that outside wall. We've seen that a couple times. Oh, just does a spin. Great job locking it up and throttling it to stay off the wall.
Absolutely. You know, not only that, he stays off the wall and he avoids running into somebody else. That's just great racecraft there. A lot of talent in keeping it off the wall.
Uh-oh. We might not be able to go through the field. Look at this. We're down to maybe a change for the lead here. And third place is coming in saying, hey, man, I'm here. Let's race.
I can promise you Adamson is licking his chops right now because if Chris and Jonathan get into each other trying to pass one another, Mike is right there in the catbird seat to capitalize on that. So, Mike is sitting back right now and he's waiting to see what happens.
Yeah, I believe it. I thought I was going to see a move there, and I think we would have seen a move. Jonathan's in the outside wall. I think we were going to see a move there, but the truck, the one got a little bit swirly, so he's not able to go for it. And it looks like he maybe the one of Gomes has sat here and saved his stuff, but now that the 88 was closed in, he's like, it's time to hit the go button.
Yeah, and we're going to have to see what price Jonathan is going to pay for getting loose and hitting the wall right there. Chris is going to capitalize on that here soon. Chris is not going to sit there for too much longer and just ride behind Jonathan before he tries to make a move. So, that's going to put Jonathan in second, and it's going to, if that happens, and it's going to be interesting.
Yeah. Right now it's kind of settled back out, though. I don't know if the one's like, hey, maybe just back off here. Saved by tires. Jonathan, I think, hit that wall again. Coming out of 1.
Yeah, and that, if that keeps happening, that's it's going to, every time it knocks a little more speed out of the truck, puts a little more heat in the tires. So Jonathan's going to have to be really careful for the rest of this race to stay out of the wall and not burn his tires.
So here's your first 3, Osborne, Goins, and Adamson. We're going to go back. Here's Klein. Red Klein, that is, in a 92. Here is the 51 of Dylan Bryant. He is in 5th.
Nice recovery after that spin.
Oh, yeah, right. Absolutely. And for Dylan Bryant spun in 3. Kyle Vaught's up in 6th position, 10 spots up. Having a great night so far. I hope he brings this home where he's been running because he's had a really good run. I'm sure he'll be happy and proud of that.
Absolutely.
Andrew Cawthon's in 7th. Dustin Eaton, having already made his final pit stop, folks, is in 8th. We don't know how this is going to shake out. We got guys who hit pit lane and guys who has yet to pit. And I'll talk about that in a moment. 9th, George Rincon. Jacob Alicia is in 10th. Kevin Hunt in that great-looking patriotic scheme is running 11th. Jesse Redding, 12th. Here's Dave Mayberry, Lori, in that Navy machine. He's running in the 13th position. John Shanebuckler, 14th. Mike Everidge in that Army Nation machine is running 15th. And Scott Roney is in 16th position. No change up front for your leaders at the moment. So let's talk about who's pit lane so far. So let's see, all the way down through Mike Allison hadn't been on pit lane since 17. So he's doing a great job with those tires considering. All the way down to Kyle in 6th. Maybe Andrew Cawthon in 7th. They have not hit pit lane since the caution. But Dustin Eaton is in 1st position of those who have already made their pit stops, and he's running 8th.
So does Dustin Eaton have enough fuel to make it to the end?
So he went in at what, lap 30? What did we say they could run? 13 to 13 to 15, right? Is what we were saying. He's on the money, man. It's going to be close. He's going to have to run 15 laps. We'll see. Back up front and see when these guys, they're not hitting pit lane yet.
Yeah, so if Dustin can maintain a good pace, save a little bit of fuel, he might be in a really good spot here.
For sure.
See Chris Goins putting an enormous amount of pressure on Osborne.
Indeed. Mike Adams. Oh, Mike Adams is going to go for it, maybe. He got a good run because one had to check up for the 81 there. 81 goes wide.
That was a smart move by Adamson. He took a look on the inside there and realized that was going to be a really difficult pass. He's going to sit back and bide his time just a little bit longer here with 11 to go.
Like I said, his tires should be a bit older than these guys. They were on pit lane at 24. He was on pit lane at 17. I don't know. They have unlimited tires. I don't know if they took tires on those stops or not. Man, Goins gets right on the rear bumper of Jonathan, but then Jonathan's able to squirt away a little bit.
Yeah, it could be that, or it could be that, Chris is getting to his bumper, letting him know, hey, I'm here. Just so Jonathan doesn't get too comfortable. Chris is a thinking driver. He thinks a lot while he's racing. So, he could be playing a little bit of a cat and mouse game here too.
You guys don't play hit games, do you?
Oh, yeah. Mess with each other all the time. Thinking going like you're down pit road and then turn back out at the last minute and, all kinds of good stuff.
But we noticed that 14 didn't take any tires. So what would you do in this position? Would you take tires if you're up here in the top 3 for your last stop, or would you just go ahead and get that fuel you need to get to the end?
I think it would depend on the kind of run that I have. We'll see Chris Goins going down.
Yep.
We'll see if we take. I would say he's not going to take tires, or he's going to take one side or the other because he has to sit and wait for fuel anyway. If he's empty, he should take tires here. If his tank is on E, he's got to wait to take fuel anyway.
Right.
So if I were him, I would take tires here.
See where he comes out here. We're watching to see if he takes tires as well. Oh, he's taking at least left sides. taking all 4.
Yep. So yeah, that would have been the same call that I would have made. You have to wait for fuel anyway. You might as well take 4, and Chris has enough speed to make that loss of time up.
You got Bryant on pit lane, Cawthon, and Vaught, and Chris was able to come out still in 30. Came into the pits in 2nd, comes out 3rd with 4 fresh tires, which I know we watched. We watched the 14 hit pit lane. Eaton did not take tires, so I think this is going to put him in the catbird seat, that being Chris Gomes, depending on what the Mike Adamson and Osborne do.
Yeah, so Chris is going to be sending it here. With 10 to go, he's going to be trying to put down the fastest laps he possibly can early on in this run to capitalize on those new tires. I was a little shocked to see him get out in front of Eaton. I figured Eaton would have got out in front of Chris, so Chris had one heck of a pit stop there.
Yeah, sure did. You can see those guys right now are 41 seconds is what Chris Gomes has on Dustin Eaton. As we're watching the battle for first place right here. Well, these guys, if you're these guys, I tell you, if I'm these guys and I just saw Chris Gomes hit pit lane, I'm probably coming this time. I don't want to give him more advantage by staying out longer. Oh, 81's really all over the place.
Yeah. Knowing that they're going to have to pit anyway, they don't have enough to make it to the end. The longer that they give Chris on those new tires, with them being on old tires, and here goes Jonathan down.
Split decision.
Yeah.
Split decision here. I'm kind of surprised on Adamson. Maybe Adamson has decided he's not going to take tires. He's just going to come in, get a splash of fuel, and go.
I've been bitten by that bug before. You wait too long to pit, and it doesn't give you enough time to get back to the leader. So Jonathan might have made a really good decision here.
Ever watching to see if he takes tires there. And that Commander Alan Botts, number 81 U.S. Navy machine. I had to say that one time, man.
Nice, I love it.
All right, taking left sides. Moving his steering wheel around, making sure he's got good. Yep, taking right. So 4 tires here for what was your leader. He was getting really squirrely, so I think this is probably the right call. They put a lot of pressure on his rear tires. Chris Gomes just got around him, though. Here's Chris. You can see you looking off the back deck. That's Jonathan Osborne in the distance there.
Yeah, so Gomes is 37 seconds behind Adamson, and I would imagine he's going to wear that down just a little bit before Adamson has to pit. So Gomes is in a really good spot here.
And he took off, and he was able to get around Jonathan Osborne, who was the leader. So it stands to reason he's probably already forward of Mike Adamson if Mike goes in and takes 4 tires. Now, that's the question. Does Mike take 4 tires? And is he able to hold on with the old tires after he takes fuel?
Yeah, I mean, if Mike can get away with maybe a splash and go and not taking 4 tires with only 9 laps to go, that might be a better gamble, because he's gonna have some time here to make up. So 8 or 9 laps is an eternity on a road course as well. So
it is. It is a long time as we're riding on board right now with Chris Gomes and looking at the battle box, not the battle lax. And you can see there that Mike Adamson's just above him with 35-second advantage at the moment. We'll see if that comes down a bit here as Chris moves through the second half of this course. Chris got a little bit of damage maybe fixed on that truck too, looks like. A little bit.
Yeah, I think he got a little bit fixed underneath the Ram logo there while they were putting tires on. They'll do a second or 2 of damage repair while you're getting it fixed. We got Colin Decker in the chat. It's going to be hard to dethrone Chris Gomes. Colin, I believe you're right. Chris is an exceptional talent in iRacing, and it's extremely hard to beat him. Trust me, I know. So I don't see if he would have to make some sort of mistake or something along those lines to give it up here tonight.
I tell you what, I'm looking at the gap here between Chris Gomes. So you look at the track map, you see the number 2 circled there in green. That is Chris Gomes. Now I'm going to move to the first position. You can see now in green is Mike Adamson. That's the distance. So 1, 2, 3, about 4 corners. But it's 35 seconds, a little bit less than 35 right now. I don't see tremendous gain there from Chris Gomes on Mike Adamson. So maybe not taking tires and just splashing the fuel is the way to go.
It might be. I mean, just a couple of laps ago, Chris Gomes was 37 plus seconds behind Mike Adamson, and now he's 34.7 seconds behind Adamson.
I mean, he's closing. Yeah.
So yeah, he's knocked off, you know, a couple of seconds here, and with Adamson still having to pit. So, you know, the key for Mike is to get on and off pit road as quickly as he possibly can.
Yeah, I don't see any way Mike can make it, having come in last on pit lane at 17. I just don't see it. So he hasn't even pitted in the second half of the race. Yeah. It'll be interesting as we watch it.
George Rincon up here in third as well. You know, he's having a really good night. You know, sitting in third position right now. He's been smooth and steady all night long, which is usually how George races. So I'm not surprised to see him having a good run here tonight.
Yeah, he's 3.64 seconds in front of that man, Dustin Eaton, who's now in a battle with Jacob Alicia for the fourth position.
Yeah, Jacob, after he had that damage earlier, here they go.
And Adamson's on pit lane. Let's see what he does.
Yeah,
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No. I want to see this too. Be curious to see if he bolts on forward, just splash and goes here.
So you can see the one circled in green on the track map. That is Mike Adamson you're looking at. See the two. Let's see if the two gets by him here. The two's coming into that last chicane. I think he's definitely going to get by. Tires or no tires? That's a good question here. Taking right sides. But he must be only taking two.
Yeah, I think he's only taking two.
There he goes.
He's
going to come out.
On the left.
Right there goes Chris Gomes. You just saw him pass by. He's got 4 fresh tires, and he just assumed the lead, folks. I think this is his race to lose unless he hits something.
It is, definitely. You know, Mike's going to have to be smooth and steady here. That truck might be a little loose with only taking 2 tires. But, you know, Adamson didn't have a choice here. If he wants to bring home a podium finish, he had to get on and off of pit road. So I think he made a wise decision there.
Yeah, I think I agree, because George Rincon's 13 seconds back. That's a great cushion for Mike. He's going to have fast laps. You do abuse those right sides more. So he should have some speed out of those 2 brand new right sides. But the first lap, like you mentioned, he's going to have to be careful about being loose.
Yeah, and I mean, Mike knows what position he's in. You know, 7 laps to go. He just needs to hold his pace, hit his marks, take his time. He's not under any pressure out the back right now. So if he just stays focused and concentrates and hits his marks, he'll definitely bring it home on the podium here tonight. And, you know, by the way, this race isn't over. I mean, if Chris, you know, has one bad turn, you know, to where he gets a little loose or slows down a bit, you know, Mike could reel him back in. You know, anything's possible. So,
not to mention, Chris's right side tires are 3 laps older than Mike's, and there's a lot of right-hand turns we talked about in here. He is almost 6 seconds back. I'm kind of watching the gap. Let me pop that up for you. We'll see if that grows. You're looking at Chris Gomes 5.5 seconds ahead of second place Mike Adamson at the moment. We'll see if that continues to grow, or if Mike's able to make some gains here. Right now he gained. It was 5.5. Now we're going down almost under 4. Maybe that was a slide, like you mentioned, by Chris Gomes.
Yeah, it could have been, you know. So if I'm Chris right now, I might even slow down just a little bit to try to manage my pace, manage my tires, and have something left at the end, you know.
I think you can see him here. Is that him? Let me take a look here. You see, just come out of the corner. I think that's him. Yep, that's him going through turn 1. I mean, he is not that far behind him, folks, in reality.
Not at all.
Wow, this is way off. There we go. About 5 seconds total. Yeah, that's Gomes right in front of him. Going through that turn. If you see, I'll click on Mike now to go right back to Mike. It's not that far back. Looks like there is a truck in between them. Yeah, I want to say, is that? Let me see, I can tell you right now. Yeah, that's Shane Bachler right there in front of him. So there was a truck in between. What were you going to say?
Yeah, Shane. I would imagine Shane Blocker's going to give it up pretty easy here, as he does.
He does.
Yeah, that's a stand-up move right there. He knows he's not on the lead lap. Leaders are coming. He pulls over to the side and lets the guys that are on the lead lap go by. That was a classic move by him.
We're looking at all the stadium pieces, man. This is had to be an awesome venue. One's coming through that turn, and now Mike's coming through. So it's still just under now, 5 seconds, 4.2. But is Chris backing it up to save his stuff? I don't know. A lot of backing up.
Yeah, I mean, Mike's shaving that time off slowly but surely.
Under 4 seconds now, 3.74, 3.6.
Yeah. So, I would imagine Mike is pushing it pretty hard right now.
I think Gomes was stuck behind a truck there, too. Sorry.
Yeah.
We'll see if he's able to stretch it back out. 3.4.
Rincon right there behind him?
Yeah. 82.
No, that's average.
Average. Not Rincon, but the average.
Yeah, I saw that Goodweiser on the back tailgate.
There's Mike in the background. We're looking at the one. Look off his gearbox. There's Mike coming around that last turn. This is not over.
No, not at all. So, Mike's going to have to get around Everidge as quickly as he possibly can here to keep the pressure on.
And unfortunately, he's catching him as they're going into this segment. Oh, he lets him by, though. 88, he clears out. Everidge doesn't want to have any part of this.
Yeah, that was a good move by Everidge just to let Mike go there. They're not racing for position. So that was a good move on him.
5 laps, under 5 laps to go. That would be something if right side tires was the winning move.
Hey, it's happened before. You get somebody sneak down and take right sides, and before you know it, they're sitting at the top of the podium. So it's definitely possible.
Colin Decker out there in his chat, man, is talking about how this is going to be a close one. Lori agrees with him. It'll be a battle. Right, Lori? She loves that. Goes Gomes, and here comes Mike. That's how close it is.
So, one thing to mention, too, catching somebody and passing somebody is two completely different things.
Absolutely.
So you can spend a lot of time and a lot of laps getting to somebody's back bumper, but to actually get around them and make the pass, you're talking about two completely different animals. So Mike has two objectives here. First is to get to Chris's bumper. Second would be to pass him. And both of them are monumental tasks.
I tell you what, I don't know. Has Mike won a road course race in here, VRL? I'm not sure, but if he hasn't, man, that's going to be an interesting interview.
Yeah, I don't believe he has. Don't quote me on that. I think his race wins have come at super speedways and mile and a half. So I don't think he's won a road course race yet. I know he's had some really good finishes, but I don't think he's won one yet.
Run back through the field here a little bit, see if we got any battles happening. Watching Dylan Bryant come by. A bit closer with Jacob Alicia and the Iceman.
Nat Father 13 says third and fourth, duking it out really good here.
That's Alicia and Bryant. Actually, third is George Rincon. I think he's on up the road here. Here's the battle. Looks like, and maybe Greg Klein trying to join it, but 31 and the 51.
Yeah, he said not anymore in the chat there.
Jump back up here. Still closing in. That is Mike Adamson at 2.78 now. Under 3 seconds.
Oh, yeah.
Now, we're saying all this, folks, but it could be Gomes just managing the race. We've seen that in real life.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And Gomes, like I said earlier, Gomes is a smart driver. He knows when to go and when to kind of take it easy and manage the race. So I wouldn't be surprised at all if that's what he's doing. And I tell you what, Alan, iRacing did a heck of a job at the graphics on this track. You can notice as the guys are driving around, all the buildings in the background, the airplanes, and a lot of going on in the background. They did a great job scanning this track.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, when we watched the race this past weekend, this is what it looked like. There was only 1 or 2 turns. Oh, one gets out of shape a bit there. Gives up some time. Mike Adamson. He was pulling a little bit there. And another difference here is the one has a bit of damage. I don't know that the 88 has, but what I was saying is this weekend you could tell only a couple of corners were different in real life than what they were on iRacing. And iRacing helped NASCAR develop this course.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yep, they talked about a lot this weekend. They brought in iRacing. They scanned the track. They worked different models and configurations to come up with this one. And that's why NASCAR was able to go out there. It's not like they went out there and never set this up ahead of time. They went out there with a plan, with the measurements, and they got after it.
Well,
the gap has increased a lot here. Something happened to Mike Adamson, maybe.
Oh, yeah, it did. Mike had him
He crashed.
2 seconds. Oh,
Back.
no.
Let's go take a look. That's probably going to... Man, I thought we were going to have an epic race to the end here. Here comes Mike to get a piece of that tire barrier. Nope, not that one. Must be in the chicane here. There's the one. Oh, yep.
Oh, no.
Didn't kill the truck.
Yeah.
But definitely lost a lot of time there. It's going to be hard to get back in 3 laps.
That's too bad. Adamson was really on it. He had closed the gap to under 2 seconds.
Thank you, John.
So, one that just goes to show you, one little slip up like that can be the difference between, a possible win and a podium. But he's still in second place. He didn't lose a position. So
he's top 5. Like he called his shot like Babe Ruth. He told you he was going to do it. So we're watching this battle between 31 and 92 right now. This is for 5th. Dylan Bryant got around the 91. The 31.
Yeah, I think the 31 is still dealing with a little bit of the effects from the damage that he had earlier when he hit the wall.
Yeah, for sure. You see you out there watching, folks. If you haven't already, make sure you like and subscribe. We appreciate you being here, supporting the channel, supporting these drivers. You see a lock up there for the 51. And we are live here every Wednesday and Friday night, 9 p.m. Eastern time. Additionally, if you like sports car racing, these guys got together there a little bit, looks like.
Yes, they did. Big time.
Let's go back and take a look at that. But if you like sports car racing, hit the notification bell so you're notified anytime that we go live. Here we go.
I think that was Klein.
Vic Alicia and Klein.
Yeah.
Oh, he's the wall a little bit here. I think Klein goes. He sees that. Lock up. Goes for it. And we talked about how tight this is through here. Not really much room. Oh. I don't know. They both kind of came in at the same time.
Yeah.
One off the wall, one over towards the right. Great job by the 31 to be able to hold on to that and not just absolutely destroy that truck.
Absolutely. I think he's really going to be in a tough spot here now with the damage and the tire sliding.
Yep. 2 laps to go here.
But I mean, as far as points go, Alicia's still in a good spot. I mean, he's 6th right now, and they got Charlotte coming up next week. So, Jacob is still in a good spot. He's not out of this championship hunt by any means.
Oh, yeah, because it could take one, wreck on either of their parts to take them out of this. They're going to go in there with a mathematical chance both to win the Cup. And we'll have to check on everybody else. But as I look at this, as you guys are watching the first place machine, I'm looking at the points awarded. And top position here gets awarded... Find it here.
I think it's 55 points.
55 points, where Alicia's running in 6th right now. Yep, he's running in 6th, and so that's 31 points, which is a difference of 24 points. So, number 1 came in here 6 points behind Alicia, so he's going to gain 24 points here if it finishes like it is for this race tonight. And overall, he's going to gain 18, so he should come out of this race depending on incidents, folks. Not official. Lori's got to look at everything, see if anybody gets a penalty. But he's going to be. Oh, did he blink right there too? Oh man, I hope he doesn't blink out. That would be terrible.
I remember that happened to Dustin Eaton at Coda one time. Dustin led the entire race, and with like 2 to go, his computer lost the connection. You remember that?
Did. I do remember that. Absolutely.
Yeah, that just broke my heart to see that happen. And then he came back the next time we were there and won it. So I was happy to see that. But yeah, it could happen.
Dakota is definitely his track. He's a Texas boy. He found something that Dakota nobody else really understands, and he is fast there. But now we're white flag lap here, folks. 1 lap to go for Chris Gomes. He still only has a 2-second advantage. There's no way he's not managing this, right? Here comes Adamson.
He's gotta be. Right. He's got to be.
Adamson's right there.
Yeah, Chris is being extremely cautious right now. You know, he knows the position that he's in. He's a thinking driver. So he's being cautious right now. He's just hitting his marks, and he wants to bring it home.
It's going to be so tempting for Mike Adams to just be like, man, he's right there. Right there.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's the carrot and the stick, man. You know, it's right off the tip of your nose. And I've been in the position that Mike is in. I've finished second with Chris multiple times. So, you know, when he's right in front of you, you know, you're licking your chops and you just can't quite get there. You know, it's tough.
Now we do have some lap traffic coming up here. He's coming up on, looks like Dave Mayberry in the 29. Dave's trying to stay out of the way. He does.
Yeah, like Mayberry does a pretty good job there staying the leaders.
One slip through this section, man, this could be Adamson's win. It's down to 1.2, less than 1.2.
Yeah, you can bet Adamson is driving it for all it's worth right now, trying to close that gap.
You can see him. He just, oh man, it's just like right there, and he's within a second now. Look at this.
Oh yeah, I tell you, you know that spin, you know, hurt Adamson. You know, when he came in and slapped the tires there on that one, but you know he's there.
Coming around the last sections here. And the 88 get there. He is there, man. I don't know if Goins is managing or if he's just trying to survive here. This is going to make or break it here. I don't think he can get there. I think that's it.
Yeah.
Here we go, coming around for the last time. 88's really trying, man. Almost gets there. The one machine of Chris Goins is going to bring home the victory tonight. Closely followed by Mike Adamson. What a great finish we still ended up with, even with that. I thought it was going to be kind of anticlimactic there when we saw the 88 spin, but we got a good finish there.
Oh yeah, definitely a good finish. I knew Mike was going to put a lot of pressure there at the end, and Chris did a great job maintaining his pace this all race long. So congratulations to Chris on the win here.
Yeah, for sure. Don't go anywhere, folks. We're going to talk to your top 3 drivers. Let's see if George Rincon's coming across yet. He comes across. There's your 3rd place finisher, George Rincon, that 28 machine. Great run for him tonight, up 6 spots. You know, he's been a great road racer throughout the series as well.
He is. One thing about Rincon, he's very consistent. You know, at the end, he usually always makes the playoffs. He's always high in the playoffs, and he gets good finishes. You know, so I'm not surprised to see him get yet another good finish here tonight.
Who you got left, Mike?
Jacob Alicia may have wrecked. Let's take a look at that. He still came home 6th.
All right, I may have to borrow you at the end of this lap if you don't mind.
Oh, it's just a little bit there. That's all it was. So he comes home 6th place overall. Let's go back up here to your winner.
Dylan Bryant bringing it home 4th place. Good run tonight for him.
Oh, and I was driving my butt off just to try and
My man Kyle Vaught bringing it home in the top 10. Kevin Hunt bringing it home 10.
He gave up way more than
Great run for those guys too.
Yeah, let's take a look. We got a little bit of time here because of the length of this track. Let's go ahead and do the results. We don't normally do that till the end. We're going to do it right now if it works for me. I don't think it's going to work because everybody hasn't crossed the line yet.
Yep.
That's what we're waiting on. There is your winner, folks. Chris Gomes bringing it home. Top step of the podium here tonight.
On the easiest corner.
And that Navy, #1 machine. Navy is #1. I agree. See if we can go ahead and maybe start talking to him real quick. Lori got him in the green room. She does. Hey, Chris Gomes, it's Alan and Albert in the booth, buddy. You got me.
Yeah, buddy. I got you guys.
Hey, man. Good to talk to you again. What a finish. Man, we thought Mike Adamson was closing in. We thought maybe you were managing your tires. He has a little spin, goes like 6 seconds back and still there at the end. Were you managing your tires? Or were you just kind of have some damage you were carrying or something? He was able to close in on you.
Well, I was managing them after I was trying to manage them after I pit. I pit first out of the group of 3 of us, and I was just trying to manage those to keep them alive at the end because I knew I'd have the oldest out of the group. And after he got came out of the pits there. I was pretty concerned because I knew he had way newer, at least right sides. I think he probably took 2.
Just right. Yep.
Yeah. So, for some reason these tires gave up pretty heavily on this last run. I'm not sure what the difference was, but maybe I was just pushing harder. But I wasn't ready for it, and I was just trying to survive.
Oh man, you were able to survive. So great job, and it's really helped you out. You can be about 18 points in front as the leader going to the championship race. How does that feel?
Oh, I mean, I'd rather be in that position than the alternative. So, it's you never take your foot off the gas when it comes to the points, no matter where you are. But it does give you a little less stress when you can go in with a little bit of insurance lead there. But I mean, he wins the race and he wins the championship because first place gets 20 points over second. So.
Yeah,
never over till the last lap in the next race.
Yeah, for sure, man. So I'm going to turn it over to our resident road course expert here, Albert Anderson, America's driver, to ask the next set of questions.
Yes, I am the road course expert, and everybody knows that. If I was racing tonight, no doubt I would have won, but I didn't. Chris,
Facts.
excellent job tonight, man. I mean, watching you get around this track was absolutely amazing. We were talking in the broadcast. Were you slowing down a little bit, trying to manage your tires, not overheating your tires, or were you really, really getting after it there towards the end of the race between you and Mike?
Well, when he came out of the pits and I saw that he was about 6 seconds roughly, I did back it back down just a little bit just to try and keep the tires from getting too hot. I knew that he'd get his up to temp and he'd have the advantage. But he caught me faster than I had anticipated, so I had to definitely get on it a little bit harder and a little bit earlier than I wanted to. And they just got really hot. I mean, I was sliding them, especially through 16 here, coming back to the start finish line. I was sliding like crazy. So I know these things are hot. But then I saw there was a little bit of a gap that happened. I don't know exactly what happened to Mike in the chicane there, but I know he fell back a little ways, and so I woed it back down to kind of cool the tires back off. And next thing I look up, and he's 2 seconds behind me, and I got lap traffic in front of me, and I'm just balls to the wall at that point, So just trying to stay in front of him. So heck of a race by Mike.
Yeah, and by everybody in the field tonight. And by the way, to reiterate on what I was saying earlier, I could not beat a single driver in the league at a road course race. So let's just be clear about that. But watching you put on the show that you put on tonight and seeing the amount of talent that you have road course racing, not just road course racing, but all tracks, is really, really fun to watch. A lot less stressful watching you than having to race against you. My blood pressure's down nice and low tonight. So I'm happy about that. But Chris, you're going into Charlotte next week. It's the last race of the season. You're going to have a couple of points in the bank there as far as insurance goes. What's your overall plan for how you're going to manage the race next week at Charlotte?
Finish higher than the other guy. Really, I don't. Other than that, I have no idea. But we just got to kind of, I like Charlotte a lot. Obviously, it's my home track. I've been there numerous times in person and on the sim. I love it. It is it's unique. I mean, it looks like a cookie cutter, but it doesn't drive like one. So, I know that Jacob is tough there as well. I've raced with him multiple times in different leagues there as well. So I know that he's got speed. So main thing is, if I don't finish ahead of him, just pray that he doesn't win and I stay close enough to him that he can't make up the point difference. But we'll see how it goes. But I mean, obviously, we're shooting for the win next week. But the next road course we have, coming up, I guess probably next season, if I had to guess. Albert, I think I'm gonna have you pinch drive for me. I'm gonna have you sub in for me if you don't mind.
I tell you what, Chris, if I got to drive your truck at a road course race, that's going to be a bad night for your team, buddy. Chris, it sounds like you got a great plan going into Charlotte next week. Is there anybody in the chat, friends, family, teammates you want to thank tonight?
Yeah, for sure. Just everybody that tunes in to watch these things. I can, never pay attention to it while I'm racing. I'm in VR, so I couldn't see it anyway, even if I wanted to. There's some guys who run with it up on their screen and kind of pay attention to the stuff there. That's insane to me. But everybody that tunes in and watches these, makes it entertaining for us to be able to go back and watch it. Obviously Alan for putting in the time to be able to broadcast it. But obviously, Albert, I know you got a lot of family out there that watches these things. It's always fun to see the support, even 99, all the congratulations there at the end, when you finish well. So appreciate everybody there. All the guys in the league, very courteous at these especially these road courses. You do have some guys that are really good, some guys that do struggle with it a little bit, but they put in a heck of a lot of practice to get better. And a lot of these guys have gotten so much better at road courses than they were even when I came into the league. So there's a lot of competition here now. So just all these guys, Lori for putting up with us. I think she actually may have enjoyed this one a little bit.
Yeah, right.
So we'll see what she has to say afterwards and everything. But no, I'm just looking forward to the last race, and hopefully we'll see everybody there, and hopefully we'll keep Jesse up there out of harm's way too to get him in the top 10.
All right, buddy. Well, hey, we look forward to seeing you in Charlotte, and thanks for talking to us. Congratulations again on the win here in Coronado.
Thank you, guys. Y'all have a good one.
Yeah, good night.
You too, Chris.
All right, folks, that was your winner here tonight. Mr. Chris Goins is going to move one more step down the podium, and we're going to talk to Mike Adamson. This should be a good conversation here.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Mike, it's Alan and Albert here in the booth, buddy. You got us.
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, what a run for you. I'll tell you, I didn't know if your strategy was going to work out, but we just talked to Chris Goins, and you were legitimately, he wasn't slowing down that much, and you had so much speed, even with just those two right side tires. Could you taste it? Was it right there in front of you? Because that's what it felt like as we're watching you throughout the end of that race.
Wow. Yes, I could taste it. If I honestly believe if I wouldn't have made that last mistake in that little bus stop area, I think I would have. I had to catch him twice. So, I blew it the first time, and then I had to re-catch him again and just ran out of laps. But I was tasting it very, very much tonight.
Wow, you got that Navy Forged by the Sea machine was in the wind there. But hey, Matt, let's talk to the resident expert on road course racing, Albert Anderson.
Mike, I talked to you earlier today on the phone, and you said, Albert, I want to bring it home top 5. I'm fast enough to bring it home top 5. You, like the great Babe Ruth, you called your shot, and not only did you finish top 5, you finished on the podium. One heck of a job tonight. I think that you definitely would have caught him, possibly passed him. You had that one little problem going through the turn there where you clipped the barrels, and then you were able to get back up there to him. Is there anything that you could have done differently at the end of the race there to get around Chris?
Other than just not make that last mistake. That last mistake's what I think costed me a win. I mean, Chris ran a great race. Not gonna take anything from Chris. Chris is by far a really good road racer. But I really believe that if I would not made that last mistake, I might have had a better shot at it.
Yeah, so your truck was hooked up all night. It was fast all night. You didn't have a lot of incidences. I think you did one heck of a job here tonight, bringing it home on a podium, especially at such a difficult track. Um, it was a great points night for you as well. You may have gained a spot in the points or be solidly in the position in the points. Charlotte coming up next week, last race of the season. You're always fast at Charlotte. How do you feel about going into the into the race next week, and what's your plan going in?
I feel pretty confident. Like I said in the weeks past, I feel like I'm on a wild, not a streak, but I just feel like I got a lot of momentum moving forward. I don't know what I've found or what I'm doing different, but I feel like I've very strongly a lot of momentum going into Charlotte.
Well, hey man,
Good.
we're
Well,
looking
I'm
forward
happy
to.
to see
Go
it,
ahead.
man, and I'm going to turn it over to Alan here.
Thank you very much, Albert.
Hey
You
Mike,
got it, bud.
as Albert mentioned, I'm looking at the standings right now. You are within 6 points of Tim Pope there in third. You go into this last race, you definitely have a chance to overtake and come home third in the championship overall this season. Having a great season, a win this season already, almost the second one right here tonight. Tremendous job, man. Before we let you go, do you have any shout outs for teams, fans, or family?
Absolutely. I shout out my wife as always. Without her, I don't do what I do. I thank all my kids, Dale, Taylor, Lane, Riley. They all watch me, support me. All the guys at the shop, Shane, Alex, Sean, my service manager. I'm calling you out. I missed you last time. I got you this time. Cam, I'm on the podium, number 2. And we'll see you boys back at the shop first thing in the morning.
All right, man. We'll look forward to seeing you in Charlotte. Again, congratulations on the second place finish.
Absolutely. Thank you again.
Great job tonight, Mike. Good job, buddy.
Thank you, Albert. Thank you, Alan. Y'all have a great night.
Yeah, man. Good night.
You too, man.
All right, folks. There was your third place finisher. One more step down the podium here. We're going to talk to Mr. George Rincon, bringing it home in third here tonight. Hey, George, it's Alan and Albert in the booth, buddy. You got us.
Yes, I do.
Hey, man, what a great finisher. Always been a super strong road course racer, and you definitely put that on display tonight. Up 6 spots from your starting position to bring it home third. Anything else you could have done maybe to go and grab those other 2 guys, Mike Adamson and Chris Goins, in front of you there?
Chris, I wouldn't have been able to touch. I mean, he's good. He's a Class Act guy. Mike, I might have been able to, but I played it really conservative. I mean, tires were huge tonight. I mean, you really had to save them. Those guys that are, sideways around every corner, they're pretty much toast. The tire management was huge. I probably used a little too much management, but I'm happy with a third. With these guys that run in here, I'm good with a third.
Yeah, man, great job. So, hey, Albert, what do you got for Mr. Rincon?
George, you did one heck of a job tonight, bringing it home on a podium. Watched you race all night. I'm not surprised that you ended up on the podium. You're a very consistent driver and an extremely good driver, and you make great decisions. How did the truck feel throughout the course of the race? Did it feel like it got super sloppy towards the end, or was it more manageable towards the end? Or just how did your truck feel overall tonight?
I mean, after the first run, I went the distance on the first run, and it was getting kind of loose there at the end. But the track temperatures kept coming down and down, and the track just got looser and looser. So I don't know if that's a combination of the different surfaces, the concrete versus the asphalt and all that. Like, I'm not sure if they've got that built into the sim or not, but I didn't have much problem managing the tires. But again, I was really conservative doing it. You had some of those other guys like Dustin and Jacob that were just, they were just swinging the tails out the whole time. And I think Kyle did a lot too. Kyle was fast, but I think he just needed to be a little bit more conservative on the tires. But yeah,
Yeah.
it was a fun track. I mean, I put down a lot of laps here though, man. I'm old. It takes me twice as long as these other guys to get acclimated to this stuff.
Yeah,
I resemble that comment.
Yeah.
Well, and I can relate to that too. I'll be 55 in October, George, so I know the feeling. But watching you tonight, George, you were as smooth as silk tonight, hitting all your marks, saving all of your equipment. I'm looking at a picture of your truck now on the screen. It doesn't have a scratch on it. Phenomenal paint job tonight as well. Love what you got on the hood there.
Well, thank you.
Going into Charlotte next week, last race of the season. How do you feel about that?
I mean, I love Charlotte. I've had some bad luck here for the last few weeks. You probably, I think you have too, for that matter. But I mean, you're obviously your hands are in other people's hands, really, to be honest with you. So I'm good at Charlotte. I like Charlotte. It's fast. I mean, I know there's a couple other guys out there that are faster. So if I can run without getting run into, I think I'll be okay. But I like Charlotte. It's fun.
Yeah, well, like I say, George, you always have very consistent finishes. That's one thing that I've always admired about your driving style. George, is there anybody you want to thank? Family, friends, anything like that?
I mean, the sponsors here. I don't know if you still sponsor the series or not, but I'll thank you anyway. What the heck, right? I never get a chance to do this.
Thank you, George.
And Austin Fassett, I think he came on board to do some painting or something like that. And of course, Ricky all the time, and Lori. Yes, both of you guys, man, really appreciate everything. Of course, I got to thank my wife. If I didn't do that, I wouldn't be here in Charlotte, right? So,
For sure.
yeah, and then all my teammates too. I mean, Mike and Stoney. I mean, it was just me and Mike tonight, but yeah, had a good time. Thank you. Thanks to everybody and everybody that ran this race. At least where I was at, seemed pretty clean. So I don't know. I'll watch the broadcast and see. But how did the rest of the race go? Was it fairly clean or?
Yeah, it's pretty clean. The guys that we saw kind of get knocked out, it looks like they had some issues of their own where they slapped the wall and got a lot of damage. So otherwise, there was only like one contentious incident, maybe two. What do you think, Albert?
Yeah, I mean, there was some roughing up, some beating and banging, and some bouncing off of the walls, and it got a little chaotic from different spots here throughout the course of the race. But you were able to stay away from all of that, George, and congratulations on the third place finish, man. That's awesome.
Thank you. I had a question for you though. If I don't know if you can or cannot tell me, but what happened to Player and Eaton? Can you talk about it?
Oh, I saw Eaton. He incurred some damage going into turn one that kind of took him out of contention for the win tonight. And then Player, what did we see, Albert? I'm trying to remember. We did see.
I can't remember. Yeah,
he hit the wall. It wasn't through. Yeah, that's what he hit the wall. Remember, and he had no steering going into the last chicane, and he just kind of had to limp it back to pit lane. That's what it was.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, sounds good. Yeah, thank you guys a lot. Appreciate it. Thanks, Albert, for jumping into the booth. We'll watch this thing later on, and we'll see you guys at Charlotte.
All right, man. Congrats.
George. We'll see you next week, bud. Good job.
Thank you much. Appreciate it.
And there was third place, folks. Mr. George Rincon bringing it home, third place, which is fantastic. Really good job. We're going to see if we can get the results. Here they go. Come up on the screen for you here. First place, Chris Gomes, Mike Alpson second, George Rincon third. Dylan Bryant, man, brings it home fourth. A great run. He was kind of mid-pack most of the race there, Albert, but he brings it home fourth position, and he's going for that championship. I think he might be out of reach of Greg Klein now. Nope, absolutely not. Look where Greg Klein is. Fifth place, right behind him.
Wow.
Jacob Alicia, sixth. Seventh, Andrew Coffin. Eighth, Jesse Redding. Ninth, Kyle Vaught. 10th, Kevin Hunt. Are you able to read the next set? Or
Yep. Dave Mayberry finishing in 11th. 12th, John Schillenbacher. 13, Scott Roney. 14, Dustin Eaton. Bounced back a little bit after a hard race there. 15th, Mike Everett. 16th, Jonathan Osborne. 17th, my teammate and friend, Jack Dixon. 18th, John Gallagher. It looks like 19th, Andrew Player. 20th, Greg Dobson. 21st, Greg Goodenough. Had some tough go at it this race. 22nd is Scott Milner.
That's right, folks. And that wraps it up. Do you have any final thoughts here before we wrap this up there, Albert?
Just a super fun race to watch and the broadcast. Just thank you for having me in the booth tonight. A really, really cool track, a really, really cool base. And they put on a heck of a show tonight. And I hope to do this again one day soon.
Yeah, for sure. So, and thanks for joining me, Albert. This made things a lot more fun for me watching this race and being able to call it with you. But folks, don't forget, next week is the championship race. We're going to crown not only the VRL Cup, but also the contender champion after that race, round 18, on the 3rd of July. I think that is the date. No, the 1st of July, next Wednesday, the 3rd of July. Make sure you tune in no later than 8:45 p.m. so you don't miss out on any of the racing action. But until then, race fans, remember, stay sharp, stay fast, but above all else, Stay vigilante, and we'll see you next time. Good night.
Adios.
This ain't your mama's racing stream.